Wait a second. I just
being a kind of thing. No shit, the dragon thing. There's a whole slew of cats that I think Mihawk is top 2.
no.
He's definitely top 5 in the verse. He's top 5.
I don't know.
There's no way Dragon is top 5.
No. That's debatable. That's debatable.
No way Dragon is number 7 in the verse.
Well, wait. Let me get.
I'll get the dragon too if I'm gonna. Well, yeah. I want Matt to go through this thing. Oh yeah, Matt, do your thing. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, bro, King. I think you should really consider bringing back the Otaku Battle Dome, but that's a discussion for later. Yeah, I really think so. Like with some of the people that we have now in the community, it would be pretty interesting. But all right. So top 30 characters, and I'm just I'll give a little brief thing on certain characters as to why I placed them where I placed them. I didn't use really any past characters. I wanted to use current characters in the story, so add context to it. Yeah. But anyways, okay. So this should be no surprise. Monkey D. Dragon for number 1.
Wait, you start from 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna start from 1.
Come on,
My
man.
nigga.
I'm gonna start from 1 and I'm gonna go down.
Alright, dragon number 1. Okay.
No, never mind. I'll start. Okay, I'll start. Okay, I'll start.
I thought it was like Dragon 30.
Okay. I'll start on 30. I'll start on 30.
I thought he said Monkey Luffy at first. I was like, okay.
I'll start with 30. Yo,
The top 10's like super easy.
y'all
Not
are
even
crazy.
You can like start from the top, yeah. I think
No. I'll start from the bottom. I'll build the anticipation. Okay, so I got Zoro at number 30.
Okay.
I got a Rouge at 29. I got a Pooh at 28. Yeah, a Pooh at 28. Listen. Wait a second. I just told y'all though. I just told y'all that I have that I'm basing this on current.
Being a kind of thing. No shit, the dragon thing. There's a whole slew of cats that I think Mihawk is top 2.
No.
He's definitely top 5 in the verse. He's top 5.
I don't know.
There's no way Dragon is top 5.
No. That's debatable. That's debatable.
No way Dragon is number 7 in the verse.
Well, wait. Let me get.
I'll get the dragon too if I'm gonna. Well, yeah. I want Matt to go through this thing. Oh yeah, Matt, do your thing. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, bro, King. I think you should really consider bringing back the Otaku Battle Dome, but that's a discussion for later. I really think so. Like with some of the people that we have now in the community, it would be pretty interesting. But all right. So top 30 characters, and I'm just I'll give a little brief thing on certain characters as to why I placed them where I placed them. I didn't use really any past characters. I wanted to use current characters in the story, so add context to it. Yeah. But anyways, okay. So this should be no surprise. Monkey D. Dragon for number 1.
Wait, you start from 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna start from 1.
Come on,
My
man.
nigga.
I'm gonna start from 1 and I'm gonna go down.
Alright, dragon number 1. Okay.
No, never mind. I'll start. Okay, I'll start. Okay, I'll start.
I thought it was like Dragon 30.
Okay. I'll start on 30. I'll start on 30.
I thought he said Monkey Luffy at first. I was like, okay.
I'll start with 30. Yo,
The top 10's like super easy.
y'all are crazy.
You can like start from the top, yeah. I think
No. I'll start from the bottom. I'll build the anticipation. Okay, so I got Zoro at number 30.
Okay.
I got a Rouge at 29. I got a Pooh at 28. Yeah, a Pooh at 28. Listen. Wait a second. I just told y'all though. I just told y'all that I have that I'm basing this on current.
Pooh just flipped on Kid in the middle of Kaido falling now.
How about we
Yo,
do
wait a
this?
second,
Name
wait a
10
second.
characters and then
Yo,
we'll
wait a
discuss
second.
the 10 characters.
No.
This will take way too long.
Wait a second. Because y'all like now thinking about it, y'all are right. I should move because I got a Pooh and Drake over a Rouge. No. I wasn't thinking. I got a Pooh and Drake over a Rouge, but I'll put a Pooh
should be
at
over
number 29. I'll put a Pooh at number 29 and Drake at number 28, and I'll put a Rouge at 27.
I'm with it.
Fair. Okay. Then I got Law, Kid, Luffy. Then Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock.
Oh, you had 20?
Yeah, that was Hancock above Smoothie.
Yeah, number.
so
Hold on,
two,
Hancock's number 22, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, no, listen. Here's
Let's
the
make
order.
sure he got
Here's
30, man.
Look, I got 30. Here's the order: Zoro, Aruj, Pooh, Drake, Law, Kid, Luffy, Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock, Kuma, Dofi.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. You said Zoro then Uroj, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zoro then Uroj. Then after that you
Then
have
Apu.
Apu, right?
Pooh,
Then
Drake,
And then you go, okay, I got it. Okay.
Law, Kid, Luffy, Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock, Kuma, Dofi. And just so that we're clear, I'm just reading it directly how I have it. But everybody that's listening, I did just say that I would move a Rouge up 2 spots from where I have them, and just keep
Man,
it as is.
the Cracker, the Dofi over Cracker, oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
I have that
Dofi
too,
over
yeah.
Cracker.
I have
Dofi
that
over
too,
Cracker.
yeah, definitely.
But it's not back.
Yeah, I mean,
The thing is, honestly, if I could redo my list, I'd probably do it that way.
Yeah, same
Because
thing.
I think I factored in too much into one-on-one matchups. Where
And
Dofi
that's
as a fighter,
exactly what I'm saying.
I think he's a lot better than Cracker as a fighter overall.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, overalls. But anyways, okay, so now I got Jack, Sabo, Shiryu, Katakuri, Marco, Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, and then Green Bull.
Whoa.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
You said
wait.
Dofi, Jack. Okay, so number 18 is Jack, number 17 is Sabo, number 16 is Shiryu of the Ring.
Shiryu, yes.
Then number 15 is who?
Katakuri,
Okay, yeah, okay, God.
Yo, man, I got a question.
yeah.
Did you, is Magellan on this list?
No, I didn't factor Magellan in because he's not in the current story. No, he's not in the current story. But if I did factor in Magellan, he would probably be somewhere around where Shiryu is at.
The Magellan
Because,
guy?
assuming that he has like hockey and stuff like that.
All right, so then after Katakuri, number 14 too.
Marco,
Marco. Number
Rayleigh.
13 too. Oh,
Rayleigh.
Okay, Rayleigh.
That's something I
After-
gotta ask everybody, like, after you list have your list. Because
Yeah.
do you think old Rayleigh is stronger than current commanders?
Yes, I would say so.
I think
Rayleigh should be put on
I think he's in the
I
middle.
would say so. I would say where I would put Rayleigh is
man.
like
That's
right
kinda crazy.
like right underneath that right hand commander level, like right in there, probably in the middle. He could probably beat some of them, but he'd probably lose to some of them.
You have
Dude,
over
he was
Marco
fighting
and
one-on-one. He was fighting 1v1 against admirals, bruh.
Marco did the
against
same
these,
thing.
Yeah,
No,
Marco
no,
did
no,
the
no,
same
no,
thing.
no.
Can't call what Marco did the same
No, you can't call the same thing that Marco did the same thing as what Rayleigh did. Like, you can't say that
What's the
that's the
difference?
same thing. The difference was that we didn't see Marco engaged in a long fight against Kizaru.
Wait,
We
how
saw-
long was this fight?
Listen, we saw a clash, and then Marco went and proceeded to do other things throughout Marineford.
Okay.
If that's the case, you can say Luffy fought against the 3 admirals.
Yeah, exactly. You can say Luffy fought against the 3 admirals. Look.
Luffy didn't get a hit in on the admirals.
Okay, and neither did Marco.
At least for a
Wait.
split second, Marcos at
Wait.
least sent Kizaru flying. It was at least equal at that
Yes, and you know the difference between
Right.
you know the difference between Luffy hitting an admiral pre-time skip and post-time skip was the fact that he didn't have hockey. That's it.
point. Wait.
He could. I think Luffy. I think pre-time skip. If Luffy would have had hockey, he would have been able to land a hit on an admiral. I don't think that's saying too much about Luffy. Am I saying something wrong?
I don't think so.
Wait, hold on. But when you look at the Rayleigh,
You don't think Luffy? think Luffy pre-time skip could land one single hit against an admiral?
No.
You know, it's honestly hard to say because the way
Well, no, if he had hockey.
Hold on a second though.
I
Hold
don't-
on, wait. Going back to the Rayleigh fight though, didn't Kizaru just got a scratch across his cheek because he was
Yeah, he did.
focusing? Right, yeah. But hold on a second. Marco was able to actually kick him and fend him off,
And
then
send him-
Kizaru-
send him flying.
He sent them flying, but okay. So
Okay.
Kizaru, no, wait. Kizaru did the little sword, or Rayleigh did the little sword battle thing. Then they were actually engaged in a fight. It wasn't
Like a minute. Yeah, like a minute.
Well, no, it was one-on-one combat, is what I'm saying. We didn't see that extended from Marco. I'm not saying that Marco couldn't do it.
But what I'm saying is like, I'm saying.
All he's saying though is that we have not seen enough from Marco. Like, if you think about the exchange between Marco and Kizaru, it was literally one kick and that was it. That was all the
What I'm
exchange
saying
was.
is,
And that's
isn't
it.
that crazy that you have an old Rayleigh who's stronger than current Prime commanders?
No, but everybody's old in One Piece and still strong. Big Mom old, Katakuri's old. These niggas are old.
Yeah, but they lose
but
power over
wait,
time. But they lose power over time. Rayleigh's no exception. When you look at what Garp did in the past against Don Chinjao, Garp could shatter a fucking continent back in the day because he was
Okay.
tied with Don Chinjao. But he's not doing that shit now.
Big
Yo,
Mom
wait,
ain't lost power since Big Mom.
another
Because Big Mom is
another reason why I
Big
have
Mom can
Rayleigh.
manipulate life force though. She's mega broken.
They said Marco was
The
crying in pain from
reason-
Kizaru's lasers.
listen,
Marco
listen,
went right through Kizaru's lasers like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He eats those.
Yo,
All right,
listen,
wait, okay,
this
hold
is-
on, wait,
this is
wait,
what I
wait,
was
wait,
gonna
wait,
say. This is
wait,
what I was
wait,
gonna
wait,
say.
wait, hold on,
Another
hold on.
reason why. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, yeah, no. I want you to actually finish through your list. So you have like so number 12 is who?
That's after Rayleigh, right?
Yeah, Rayleigh, yeah.
Okay, I got Ben Beckman.
Okay, Benny
Benny.
Boy. Number 11,
Okay, Green Bull,
Green Bull. Okay, word. I feel that. Okay, who's next?
Fujitora,
Okay.
I think that's like the popular thing.
Fujitora. Then I would put Kizaru. Then I would put Mihawk, Aokiji, Big Mom,
Okay, all right.
Interesting.
Big Mom.
Yeah.
Then I have Blackbeard.
Ooh.
Okay.
Then I'll have then I have Akainu.
Uh,
Then I have Kaido. After Akainu is Kaido.
Yeah.
Then I have Shanks.
Yeah, okay.
Then I have Monkey D. Dragon.
All right. So just to go over your list real quick. So you have because we're gonna flip through roles around.
yeah,
So
I was writing them down as well. I got like Zoro. Then you got
Zoro,
Apu 29, right?
Apu. Yeah. So Zoro,
Who's
Apu,
Zoro, Apu, Drake.
Drake.
Okay.
Rouge.
Rouge. Yeah, right. Rouge.
Yeah.
Law.
Kid.
Yeah.
Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy.
Luffy. Then Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock, Kuma, Dofi, then Jack after Dofi, then Sabo, Shiryu, Katakuri, Marco, Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, Green Bull, Fujitora, Kizaru, Mihawk, Aokiji, Big Mom, Blackbeard, Akainu, Kaido, Shanks, Dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing I don't understand, I just thought about with your list. You have Jack above like all the commanders in Big Mom's crew besides Katakuri, and then you have him above like Doflamingo and other people. But I thought you said he was third commander level when we always discussed.
No. I said that Jack would be the third commander in Kaido's crew. I didn't say just because he's third. Like I don't think that there's gonna be a such thing as third commander level.
Yeah, but you think it's that much of a gap?
Wait up. Where's
Yeah.
Is Garbrandt on your list?
No, I didn't have Garb, Boris, and Goku on my list.
And you had
But
Rayleigh?
yeah, I did have Rayleigh. Just because I feel like we were able to gauge him more than we were able to gauge Garp and Sengoku. Just my personal opinion.
That's
But if I,
that makes perfect
but let me say this though: if I did have Garp and Sengoku on the list, I would have them somewhere in between, like that supernova, like all those supernovas that I have. I would put them
No way.
in there. Nah, I wouldn't.
I think the safe thing is like right after Sabo.
No way.
Yeah, maybe after Sabo.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right around right hand
Maybe
command
that would be a
level.
little bit better, but the thing is that
Yeah.
Luffy is gonna go up on this list obviously after this thing with Katakuri goes is done. So you gotta factor that in, and why I'm saying that. So I'm factoring I'm factoring a little bit of like potential on like the Luffy and the Kid and the Laws and the Drakes, Apus, and Arujas on my list.
Garp was the last line of defense at Marine Fort.
N- He was the last line of defense because I mean,
He was stronger than them
no,
niggas.
I think it's because of his
Nah,
stature.
well,
I
the thing
think
is, he
I
wasn't
think
even
it's
supposed to be
because of
there, right? He wasn't even supposed to be there.
no, he
Come on,
wasn't.
bro. Everybody know
Well,
Garp.
no. He was supposed to be there.
No, because when he showed up, Sengoku was like, "Oh, Garp, you gonna be on here? Up here?" Like Sengoku was surprised. He was like, "Yo, if I gotta take you down, I will."
Yeah, you guys can put like the list up so we can look at it. I was talking it down.
I don't think I can actually do that. Like from what I'm, because actually, all right, hold on. Let me, because I need to make a whole Excel shit going on. So let me just.
King said he wasn't gonna do this shit.
Yeah, because I don't do this shit, dude.
Another reason why I had Rayleigh and it's so high in my list is because if y'all remember, he was put in the same breath as like Whitebeard as how fearsome he was. Garp, remember when he was talking about him? He said you want to go against two legends at the same time. That wouldn't be smart. We lose too many.
I mean, but we know Rayleigh's a legend, though. Just
well,
But can't you say the same for Garp too, though?
no, you can't say the same for Garp.
Because he was a
Can't
rival
say the same.
for Roger. What are you talking
Garp is
about?
definitely a legend.
You can't say
Yeah.
the same for Garp. No, I'm not taking anything away, but I would say it like back in the day. I would say that Rayleigh is probably Rayleigh would
Rayleigh
be.
was stronger than Garp back in the
Yeah.
day.
No way. No.
No, I disagree with that completely. Yeah.
They literally said Roger said he was the only one that put him on near death several times.
Well, we don't know the context of that though. That's the thing. We don't know if that was one-on-one battles. We don't know if it was one-on-one battles, and then the.
Well,
the
not
thing
even
is-
that. Like Smoker put Luffy to death on multiple occasions, so like doesn't really
Right.
say much.
But we all expect
No, but
Smoker to
Smokey
be
was
stronger.
strong.
Okay.
Smokey was strong.
Smoker was strong,
Okay, wait
yeah.
a second.
Smoker was strong.
ask this
Not
question.
that strong, not Garp strong. Like come
Let
on.
me,
bro.
let me ask.
Hey,
Let
yo,
me
He was stronger than Luffy 3 times, kid.
another reason why.
Yeah, that's my exact point.
Wait a second. Do y'all think that it was necessary for Garp and Sengoku to fend off Shiki? Do you
I don't.
think? Do you
No.
do you think
They
that
did it in 6
Sengoku?
hours,
Wait,
no.
wait a second. Do you think that Sengoku could have beat Shiki 1v1?
Yes,
I don't know
You
about.
think
I think Garp could have.
I think both could have.
Okay.
Yeah, wait,
wait.
why is Shiki relevant though? Shiki, like, I mean,
Well,
It
because,
ended
6
hours.
because out of the people from this era, Rayleigh, you would group him with someone like Shiki, I would say.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shiki Roger level. Is Shiki Roger level?
Yeah.
Shiki,
Do you
Roger.
think Rayleigh was as strong as Goldie Roger?
No,
No.
Right.
So, why
Also,
we
just to
like,
clarify what I was saying
But-
earlier.
Okay, but listen, when the end of One Piece comes, right? When the end of One Piece
Zora's not
comes-
going to be stronger than Law and Kid.
No. You how can you say
I don't know about that.
How can you say that if Zoro's gonna be the one that takes down Mihawk?
Yeah, I
And
don't
we
know
got
about
Mihawk so high up in the listen.
We don't have Mihawk over any Yonko.
No, I agree with you on that part, man. I agree with you on that part.
We don't have Mihawk over any Yonko, right? But he's gonna be like what is gonna be the real difference between an admiral and a Yonko at that point in time, especially given the fact that most likely admirals could possibly defeat some Yonko.
Oh, that's rough, but I don't know.
You don't think? Okay, Akainu. Let's take
No, I don't
Akainu
think
for
so.
an example.
No.
Let's
I
take
think Akainu's the only one, but-
Akainu can probably defeat a Yonko. I would say Fujitora, maybe Fujitora.
I would say Akainu and Aokiji.
I don't think Fujitora could.
So
I don't think
I-
any of them could. I don't think any of them
power.
could. I really don't. I
Oh,
don't see
somebody
why.
has to be able to be one of them. Or
I mean, yeah, it can't.
I agree
It
with
can't just
Akainu.
be. It can't just be the Yonko or a landslide above the admirals. Like I'm
That's
just
why they're untouchable, bro.
Yeah, because here's things like the whole point here is that the Yonko, they dominate the most dangerous part of their world. The
Yeah.
Grand Line is paradise compared to what the Yonko actually run, and the fact of the matter is that we haven't got any Marines encroach on their territory. Akainu just put Marine Corps into the New World. I like the very tip of the New World when they were close to like the to the Holy Land, but the Yonko store that territory for a reason.
Okay, but the thing is, so listen. Before the Marine headquarters weren't even in the New World. They just got moved to the New World, and maybe we don't know how that's going to impact anything. How the New World is run, or how the New World, or we don't know how much of an impact the Marines could have already had on the world of One Piece had they moved in the headquarters to the New World way sooner than what they had. The only reason why they did so was because of Akainu's sense of justice. So, with that being said, we don't know how. I'm not saying that the Yonko system is going to be like taken down or anything because of the Marines moving their headquarters. What I am saying is that to say that they just rule this part of the sea, ungoverned.
I sent you the spreadsheet, Cole, if you want to check your Twitter.
Which is pretty much what it was.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
ungoverned. Now they're able to be checked a little bit more. I guess you could say that because
Yo,
Marines
Matt.
are more prevalent. What's up?
Did you have really above or below Katakuri? I forget.
Above.
Yeah, I'm above. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because if you had him like below, then I was gonna question like some people have them like below first commanders. I agree with you that
Oh,
I
really?
have like
Oh, sure.
those people above first commanders, like kind of like the gap in between like admirals and then like first commander. That's why I
Yeah,
have like the
I
whole
have
man
him-
trio.
Yeah, I have them in like that middle ground.
Yeah, for me
But
like
can you name your? Can you,
I want the
oh,
people
sorry.
with. Yeah, it's fine. I'll
Oh,
finish
wait,
up.
hold
soon.
on, Brago. I can't edit this shit. Fuck, man. I won't edit.
You can't edit? Let me change this.
Actually, wait. I think
Yes,
you
you
can
can.
download it. No, I think because edit in browsers.
Well, that's the view only. I can send you the edit link.
Yeah. Send me the edit link so I
Edit,
can
you
edit it
can
too.
see it.
Yeah, 'cause then I'll just.
But yeah, anyway, I was gonna say like if Luffy beats Katakuri, then I'm not gonna. I don't think that after beating Katakuri, he would already be stronger than Rayleigh.
I mean, I don't know. It's
I don't know. I feel like this could be symbolic. And
Like,
I
the thing
agree.
is,
I
it's
don't
like-
know. Do you believe that?
going
Yeah,
into.
we've-
It
Because
depends
it's
what their power up is, their highest hockey ball.
Yeah.
Here's
Because
like-
like,
We're
here's
still
the thing.
learning things that Rayleigh taught him. I don't know.
I feel like he's
for
already.
me, I just put him higher.
I
Oh,
feel like he's already learned everything really could teach him.
I just realized that I forgot Jinbei. Damn.
Jinbei's not top 30.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I think he's definitely stronger than Apu.
Well, not anymore. If he lost his arm.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. No,
Prove you gotta stop that nonsense.
Get him out of here.
I think Jinbei's definitely
Yeah,
top
man.
30.
It won't let me edit.
Nah.
I don't know why. Fucking hard.
But-
Did you
Really?
did you not scale
last
Weevil
chapter
at all?
trying to make
Matt?
him top 30.
Wait, let me
Huh?
send you guys the.
Yo, Matt, did you not scale Weevil at all in your list?
No, well,
We
I
were
did.
so
I
hard.
did. I mean, okay, well, hold on, wait, hold on. Well, for me,
because we wouldn't know.
well, for
This
me,
is
yeah,
just
because
a-
I Weevil my honorable mentions because I don't have them in my actual list. And actually, I do on points out too. For the people that are mentioning Greenbow, the reason why Greenbow's on the list, but we know nothing about Greenbow essentially, is because he has a rank, and the rank is
Yeah, he's an admiral.
Yeah, he's pretty easily
Yeah.
scalable.
Exactly.
He's an
There are
admiral.
certain ranks that are very malleable, and there are other ranks that you can't really say are
Yeah, like
very
super
malleable.
or
Right,
or
exactly.
warlord.
Exactly.
Warlords,
exactly.
yeah.
There's no such thing as warlord level, and I've been saying this for years because like the scale of warlords is so vast. You got somebody
Oh,
as
no.
strong as Mihawk, and then you have somebody as weak as
Well,
Buggy.
The way I scaled
Yeah.
Weevil was that I thought, at least my perception going forward, is that I think Weevil's going to fight Marco. So I have him basically like right below Marco because I don't think Marco would lose to him.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, right? Is so let's take somebody like Dofi for an example. Dofi could probably fight against Marco. He would probably inevitably lose as well. So where
Yeah.
would you put him in terms of him and Weevil? Would you say that Weevil is stronger than Dofi, or would you say Dofi?
On my list, I had him above Dofi. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I got the list on Braga. I just downloaded the list, dude, and I'm gonna show
Okay.
you my max up.
Cool.
Yeah, let me do that shit.
Yeah, I think the warlord level. I think that was kind of early in the story. It kind of seemed like Oda was hinting towards like if you're a warlord, you're of a particular
Level.
prestige or level.
Yeah.
You know, like they always said, "Oh, he took down a Shichibukai," like and it was
Yeah.
always kind of hyped up. So I think people kind of ran with that. It was like, okay, they're warlord level. I think even Crocodile said something to that effect. I can't remember exactly, but
One of the interesting things that I did see though in King's and Matt's list is that like if you go through them, like I can't remember both of them exactly, but they're heavily like tiered. So like you have like the supernovas all in one chunk.
yeah,
Then you have like the right commanders and the commanders and the warlords in like one chunk. And then you have like the admirals, and then you have the Yonko and Dragon.
You know what's crazy?
I think most
you
lists
know,
are like that.
you know
Yeah,
what's
the lists are
crazy
pretty
is
similar,
that
to be honest.
it's crazy.
No, but-
It's crazy that there's no vice admirals in there because there definitely should be.
Well, their portrayals are kind of shit. So, I
yeah, they haven't been really.
Yeah, they're
mean, what, you got to put like Momonga in there or something?
You have a few vice admirals that we're still holding out hope for, but for the most part,
Yeah, we
I've
No.
given vice admirals.
Yeah,
nah, I got hope.
I've given up.
shout out to Braga, the new vice admiral though.
I've given up.
Yeah,
on-
right?
On vice admirals because at this point, it's just pointless to introduce a strong vice admiral.
I don't think
I don't
it's
know.
pointless.
I
He
feel
could have
like
been
it's
introduced
okay.
in the draft.
Nah.
You still could, but I feel like that would just prolong the story, which is Oda's style anyway. So yeah, expect a strong vice admiral.
Nah, but like I could definitely see one like like say Green Bull goes to Wano or something, and like he brings in like some like dude with him that's like a really strong vice admiral. You know what I mean? Like
Well, honestly, we see Kobe again. He's a vice admiral,
yeah.
Yeah, Kobe probably has the
and
best.
Smoker is going to be stronger when we see him again.
Yeah, Smoker too.
I don't think he ever leaves that rank. So
Can't
because I'm trying to.
I see you trying to put
make
the
it
list
big
on the
enough.
screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it big enough. But okay, let me just do some stuff. I'm trying to make it big enough. Well, no, not. Yeah, and by the way,
we got part of that shit.
yeah, yeah. My shit is not no, fuck that, no.
Wait,
No.
what?
My shit has the red bar for a goddamn reason. No.
I just want to say Dragon is not number 7 in the verse.
No, I think
Dragon's number
I think-
one.
no,
Dragon's,
no.
Yeah.
Dragon's number one.
no.
I had
He's at
Dragon.
least top 5. He's at least top 5 in the verse.
He's top
Yeah,
10, yes, but I'm not
I
gonna.
give him respect that he's Luffy's dad, man.
Dragon is
listen.
at least top 3.
Luffy's dad, Garp's son. Come on.
Do you see how everybody
okay,
reacts when you mention his name?
So, I mean, do you see how every
I mean,
when
you
you
really
mention
gotta
Big
you gotta
Mom's
think
name,
about it this way.
when
You
you
gotta think.
when
I
you mention
agree.
Kaido's
He's top
name,
five- he's
when you
top
mention
five- they're
Shank's
top five in
name,
the verse.
when you
They're
mention
top five in the
Akainu's
verse.
name or Aokishi's name,
I agree.
niggas were shitting themselves in the Aokishi. Whoa, oh shit.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, like you can say like
makes
7
sense.
is a bad number, but like the only people he really has above him are the Yonko and 2 the strongest admiral. So it's
That's
like
what I'm-
it's not like
exactly. That's what I'm
crazy.
saying,
but
yeah. All right, so you guys, I'm listening, man. When it comes to the chart, I'm just gonna put it like this because I don't know where else to fucking put it where you guys can see the actual list.
oh, that's
honestly.
fine. That's fine. How you
That's
have
fine,
it now.
yeah. But like we're blocking the little stream thing, but whatever. And yes, the red bar staying there because listen, man, my Windows, my Microsoft Word and Excel, and they're old school. And if they're you're supposed to upgrade, but I don't do that, and that creates some legal stuff. But I'm like, fuck that shit. Like we okay, we good.
They can see it. It's fine.
Okay, fine. So I'll just do this. Boom. There we go. Friendly. Now, here's the thing. So the thing about Dragon, because I know we talked about Aokiji a lot, and then I said a piece on that one. I think it makes perfect sense to me. Because again, this is not a power matchup. This is not a DBZ fucking list. This is a One Piece list. And you have to be malleable when it comes to the characters. Otherwise, Garp has piss low endurance because he got bloodied by a Gear 2 Luffy. So I don't see how that.
Power scaling is worse than Dragon Ball's power
No,
scaling
it's
is so
much
much.
it's much better because it's far more valuable. It's like Hunter x Hunter. It's ever expanding. Dragon Ball's way too linear. It's like Bleach. They're too linear from power scaling standpoint. All right, they're way too linear because you know who's stronger than who simply by looking at who has the more reishi and then their base abilities. And that's it. That's what we really need. Their abilities are different, but their reishi is what the defining factor is for their overall combat. I.e., Kenpachi and Ichigo. Oh, I can't cut him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was like,
it's very simple there.
Ichigo is kind of the
Yeah,
exception there.
Exactly. Yeah. So so when it comes to Dragon, when I send my video, I'm gonna stand by because my problem here is that with Dragon, there's 3 things that make him high on the list. But when it comes to actually him being top 5, I'm not gonna grant him that at all. The first thing is the bounty. The second thing is the prestige, and the third thing is plot. And those are the 3 things that makes Dragon's bounty high. We know that he's gonna have a big role in the story. That's from a plot standpoint, a massive role when it comes to the world government, when it comes to like uncovering that kind of stuff, his history, potentially like Luffy's mom kind of stuff as well. So that's gonna be unfolded. When it comes to prestige, he's the son of a very famous Marine, Garp. He's the father of a very infamous pirate, the Monkey D. Luffy. He's a D himself. And then finally, when it comes to bounty, he is the most wanted or the most notorious, whatever the translation is of that exactly, the most wanted man in the world. But the problem is, that alone puts him in the top 10, but I can't say that puts him in top 5. Because plot and plot being the foundation of that is not sufficient enough to make him top 5, let alone the strongest character in the verse. And when it comes to and then when it comes to bounty, we know the bounty system is massively flawed from a power scaling standpoint. I.e.,
Oh God.
well, it's true.
Taking your first every time you say that.
No, it's true. No. I.e.,
Head spinning right now. I'm spinning from the finish.
i.e. Baron Tamago. Baron Tamago has a higher bounty than Roronoa Zoro. Who are you betting on in a one-on-one fight between Baron Tamago and Zoro? Like,
It's not
seriously.
really relevant.
Like, no, of course relevant. It's a
Let's
bounty
put,
system.
no. Wait a second. Let's put
Tamago is kind of Tamago ain't
let's put
trash.
things. Let's put things.
He ain't
in
trash, but
context.
is he
Let's
beating
put
Zoro in a
things-
fight?
No, listen.
don't even know if
let's put
Tamago
things-
can be
let's-
killed.
Let's
Yeah,
put things in the
that's
context real quick. Let's put things in the context real quick. Zoro hasn't had nearly as much time as Baron Tamago has had on the seas. Zoro's bounty is going to keep rising. Baron Tamago's is probably at a standstill and probably has been for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
okay,
you
that's
think about
fine.
this role on Big Mom's crew? Like, I'm not.
I mean,
And also,
well, again, there are
got
reasons for that.
Like, do you think you could just attack me with my bounty? You know, my bounty is so it's implying strength if it plays a heavy.
Yeah, and whenever Luffy brings up Katakuri, he's like, I'm gonna beat the 1 billion berry bounty man. Like,
Yeah. Okay, hold on. But again, like, this is not a measure. Okay, for example, this is a clear, obvious example that you
I know
can't
you're gonna
ignore.
bring up Usopp and Chopper.
No, I'm bringing Nico Robin. Nico Robin, she had a 79 million berry when she was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because she knew secrets that the world government didn't want her to know.
Right.
And
But when
so
people
they
respond
made.
to Dragon's name, it's more obvious that it's not just he has a secret.
No,
it's like
no.
glorious-
The dude, of course he knows shit. He knows shit about the world government that obviously they wouldn't want to know. And not only that, but he is a major person in the One Piece world that is actively seeking the destruction of the world government system, which is why you always have Cyberpole cats there. You have CP0 there when they're chasing, or when they're trying to tail Sabo and Koala for a reason. The bounty system we know for a fact is not a power scaling system. It is partly power scaling, but it's also partly what the enemy of the world government has at their disposal. Again, there's no Kid Nico Robin is of the same bounty tier as Crocodile pre-time skip. Fuck no, of course not. She's not as strong as freaking Crocodile pre-time skip, but she had to have a bounty because of the shit that she knew.
I don't think any secret is gonna
Yeah.
get the most bounty.
Crocodile's free time skip.
Yeah, but Cole, when you think about people that
Frozen.
go up against the establishment, like they're typically like different. Like they're just made different, and I feel like Dragon is just one of those people.
And Crocodile's
Yeah,
bounty
which
is
is
frozen,
why.
by the way.
Listen, which is why I'm giving him. Look, dude, you have no idea how many cats complain to me about putting Dragon over fucking Mihawk. Okay, because like I said in the video, I think Mihawk has more weight from a plot and story standpoint to be in the top 5 than Dragon does.
It
Straight
depends on
up.
where you see the plot going, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course, of
that's-
course, of course.
I think that's a little
But
bit
straight up.
stretched.
Really?
We know that this
Yeah, I
guy
don't
had
think
daily
so.
duels with Shanks, and Shanks is one of the strongest dudes in the verse.
Yeah, but the thing is like
and he's the world's
Theory brings that
strongest
up all the
swordsman.
time. Apparently, the actual translation is a duel with Shanks.
Yeah, it's just one duel.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, fine, fair enough. But he still dueled Shanks, and as far as you know, he's the world's greatest swordsman. Now that doesn't mean greatest fighter, but world's greatest swordsman. Fair enough. And again, this comes down to the fact that the bounty system we know in One Piece is not just given for people that are powerful. It's also people that have weight in the story that clearly goes against the world government. And if it's just plot. I'm sorry. Plot alone just cannot be the reason
Okay,
why.
hold on. Two
a
things,
dude
I
though.
think it's
won.
biased, bro.
Vi-
Because you got
no,
Black.
no.
Like Dragon.
Well, no. Blackbeard has the power of the Goro Goro no Mi, dude.
But he's
He-
also a novice in terms of being a top tier.
Wait, hold on. He's a nobody?
I said a novice. I said he's a novice in terms of being a top tier. Like he's new to this top tier shit.
No.
So he's
You know,
he outworked. he outsmarted and
That's why I gave Blackbeard number 4 on the Yonko, but you have the rank of Yonko. As far as you know, that's the highest combat rank, Yonko. As far as you know in the story,
among
that is
pirates.
yeah,
Dragon's not a pirate.
okay, hold on. Last thing though, what is the Revolution Army head rank? What does that rank mean in the overall scheme of One Piece? We don't know.
They get whatever that rank is. It correlates to having the highest bounty in the verse.
His highest bounty and his rank are two separate things entirely. They're two separate things entirely. Okay, we discussed beforehand how you have the Shichibukai and you have the Supernova, and also the Vice Admiral as well. Throw them in there too. Their ranks are very malleable, meaning you can be as weak as Buggy, but as strong as Bartholomew Kuma. You can be we have Smoker and Virgo, both Vice Admirals. Virgo coasted the living piss out of Smoker, but they both have the same rank. But when it comes to the Yonko, when it comes to Admiral, their rank so far has been sturdy and steady. These are the strongest people on the seas in the most dangerous part of their world. Now, we know that Dragon has been doing some stuff in the North Blue. We know that Dragon has been amassing some kind of force, and he has his generals, and they're trying to get together and shit like that. Blackbeard is not considered among the Yonko. From a rank standpoint, right then and there, he supersedes Dragon. He's Yonko. He's one of the
No.
4 greatest people on the planet.
Well, listen,
Pirate,
I
pirate.
don't think,
Pirates.
I don't think that, I
Who
don't think
Sengoku put
Yonko-
as
I don't-
one of the people. Listen, the only other people. Listen, honestly, if I want to be if I want to be fair and have that rank mean something, then I put Kong as number 1. Say fuck it, because I don't listen, dude. Like
Nah, but
that's
Kong
nothing.
is different.
No. Kong is
No, Kong is different.
no. Kong is the head of. He's commander in chief of the world government, dude.
Okay, but at the same time, we really don't know what that is. We don't know if that's just a dust job.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
We
just
don't,
a figurehead thing.
and
But you know-
that's my point.
Dragon
Well,
being the
well,
revelation.
no. I don't agree with y'all on that whole Kong thing because it was pointed out that he was a former fleet admiral.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
moved up.
Well, yeah, exactly.
was-
But we don't
He
know.
was moved up to commander in chief for a reason. He's at Mary Joy for a reason. So let's not go there. Yeah, we don't know what he can do, but he's probably gonna be pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, all I'm
yeah,
saying is
yeah.
obviously he's not going to be weak.
He's not weak, but
Oda wouldn't draw a character like that, like the way he looks, and draw a weak character. Like the dude looks
Right.
both as shit. But
Yeah.
the thing is like we don't know if the commander in chief position is a position that you would get off of strength. Kind of like how the fleet.
It's
admiral
not. It's not a
position
strength
most likely.
job. It's like a retirement. It's like you segue into retirement. So if
Yeah, like I feel like Sengoku would probably be the commander if he wanted to right now.
I don't think it's strength. I think it's more prestige and tenure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Well, again, probably that's what I'm saying. But again, we have certain ranks that are like, okay, well, you have your first mates, you have your Yonkos, you have your admirals. There are certain ranks where you can say, okay, like so we can kind of gauge how powerful these people are based on their rank, because there hasn't been any inconsistency in that rank. When it comes to the admirals are all even Greenbow was mentioned by Flamingo to be a monster, like Fujitora. Fujitora is a monster, Greenbow's a monster. So we know that when it comes to admiral, he lives up to that rank. But again, you have Shichibukai like Buggy, who are absolutely piss poor in combat ability. They can't do shit. They suck. You have people like Vice Admirals, is Momongo gonna be able to compete with Garp, or is the other guy with the Rokishi stuff, like the Dalmatian dude, whatever his name is he gonna be on the same tier as Virgo, or is he better than Smoker? We don't know because the rank is so malleable. The one dude, in Dressrosa, the guy with the shark, or not the shark, the one guy that Sabo just
Maynard or
Maynard.
Bastille?
Yeah,
Bastille?
Bastille, I think it is. Yeah, no, Maynard's Vice Admiral. He got coasted off screen by freaking, I think, Bartolomeo, and then Bastille got done in by Sabo. Like easy. They're both Vice Admirals. Maynard sucks. He got
Yeah, but I think it's
coasted
like a
off
base. I think it's a
screen.
base requirement to get to a certain rank, but you can be
Yeah.
as strong as you want in that rank before. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like there are certain ranks that are
Different level.
right. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like the ranks are so malleable. But then there are certain things where you can gauge off of that with ranks, and that's why Blackbeard, because he's of that rank, he has to be at least that high, which is number 4, not number 3, number 2, number 1, in my personal opinion. With Dragon, the rank of being the head of the Russian army, that's not a rank. You can't gauge from his status, meaning like you can't gauge from his position. You can't do that.
Yeah, but you can gauge it when they deem him as the world's most dangerous criminal.
Yeah, and
So that means over the Yonko, who you gave them the title, over any supernova, anybody, you deem him as your greatest threat. It can't
Yeah.
just be alone.
Yes,
Wait, Cole, do you
He
think
is-
Dragon has a gauge on like the combat abilities of the world government?
Yeah.
I think he does. I think that this dude.
Do you think he would have to assemble a squad that can compete?
I
with
think that Dragon is between the gap of Admiral and Yonko. I think that's where
Right.
he lies. I think he is that.
I agree with that.
I think he's that powerful.
So you
where,
moving him up past the Kainu then? Because Kainu's an admiral.
No. Because I think
I got Dragon at one. So.
Because I think Akainu and Kuzan. I think Sakazuki and Kuzan are also above that rank too. I think that they've showcased enough, especially Kuzan, who dominates in the world of One Piece. Yes.
Well, I think especially at Kainu because he beat someone.
I mean,
Another admiral. I think he actually won against another admiral.
Disrespect right now.
honestly, as far as Dragon goes, like, as long as he's in top 7, top 10, let's just say as long as he's in the top 10,
I think top 10 is fair.
Dude,
I mean, another thing is like
he's in my top 10. He's in my top fucking 10.
I think
on,
top 7 is fair.
on bounty,
understand-
prestige,
no
and plot
way.
alone,
You
dude.
to hype this
Like,
character
fuck.
up and he's not top 5 in the verse.
Dude, that's like me saying that Vegapunk, who has massive plot, is gonna be able to
Come on,
post
King.
Big Mom.
Come
No,
on,
wait, hold on.
Come on,
No. What do you mean? Come on. Vegapunk has massive plot. Wait, are you serious? Does he not?
Not as much. Not
really.
Vegapunk.
I wouldn't put Vegapunk even in like top 15. Even based off like the
I wouldn't put him in
prestige
top
that we
30.
have.
I wouldn't put him in
I
top
wouldn't
30 at
put him in
all.
top 30. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you're
Because
not
you
using
know-
a
No.
bad example
But
with
what I'm
Vegapunk,
saying, no.
'cause we all know he's
No.
not a fighter.
Well, here's the thing though, because we're basing this on the weight of the plot of the story of the character. Because Dragon has massive plot, he has massive prestige. Because again, he's the father main character. That's
But we're
huge.
taking
In of
context
itself-
into it as well, though.
Of course you do that, and that's why he's top 10. But in
Top
no
5,
way,
yeah.
shape, or form do you put him in top 5.
Why?
No way, shape.
No way, shape, or form. Dude, Mihawk
that
has
biased,
more.
bro? That's
Mihawk, listen, no, it's not biased at all because Mihawk has more weight than him, and I put him over Mihawk. Right? I have too many niggas complaining about Mihawk being under Dragon. Too many people.
You
Way
think,
too
you
many
think Mihawk has more weight?
Again, this is the strongest characters list. If this was the most important characters in the goddamn world, Dragon is clearly top 3. I'm not even denying that shit. But
I mean, the thing that
Cool,
Mihawk
cool.
has going for him is the title, right? Because Shanks and Big Mom both have swords, so it's like hard to scale Mihawk versus them.
listen,
Well,
dude.
Mihawk also has portrayal to be among Shanks and Whitebeard. Whenever Oda mentions like legends, like in SBS, like Oda was like, just imagine legends among men, Whitebeard, Shanks, and Mihawk staring each other
Yeah,
down.
but I don't really like that. But I know what I know what you mean. I don't like that.
Well,
People have made. Listen, there's that's what I'm saying. Like Dragon, because okay, Dragon and I think also Kid kind of suffer the same fucking issue. It's like we know that these characters have massive plot roles. I understand that. I acknowledge that fully. Okay, but I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to say Kid is as strong as Luffy. I'm not going to say Dragon is as strong as Blackbeard or Big Mom or Shanks simply because the plot dictates that these characters have massive weight in the story. I
Bro,
can't do
Blackbeard,
that.
I mean, Dragon
I
not
can't
getting
do that.
no give Bob Magellan, bro. Dragon's not
Yo, by the way,
I'm not
I just
saying
wanna
that.
Point
I'm
this
not,
out really
dude,
quick.
he's 7. man.
Blackbeard
He's
D?
7.
Blackbeard D?
Like this dude is
Yeah.
2. He's literally 2 from the top 5. And no, well that's inexcusable. That's nutty, bro. That's come on, man. That is
I was thinking-
that is some Looney Tune status right there, man.
Because he's been hyped up in the story so long, King. It's since the beginning of the story. There's no way he's not top 5 in the verse.
He's been, dude.
Wait,
I
he's
wouldn't-
hyped up.
Just me personally. I wouldn't put Mihawk over Dragon. I
wouldn't
understand.
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't either.
I understand though, but I wouldn't put Mihawk over Dragon. And then who else is there? Yeah, that's the only person that I can say like for sure, that, like indefinitely, that I would not put over Mihawk. Everybody else that you have over Mihawk, I can understand. Like I can understand Black or over Dragon. Like I can understand Blackbeard, Kaido, like everyone.
Let me ask this: is there an
it's
argument
cool.
to be made that Mihawk could be taken out before Zoro gets to that level?
Yes,
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
real.
sure
I
do,
hope
definitely.
not,
Consider, yeah.
he could.
Sure,
He
yeah.
could.
I really like the
Yeah.
Shiryu
Only
theory.
because
Right?
down to Mihawk. That's the
The only listen. The only way that I like the Shiryu theory, is if he in fact
Gets
gets-
Joseph's fruits, yeah.
gets Josu's fruit.
Yeah, they don't get off screen.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out really quick though is that it's pretty interesting. After looking at the chart, there's 15 people who did it, and we have 5 for number 1. We have 5 Kaidos, 5 Shanks, or sorry, 5 Kaidos, 5 Dragons, 4 Shanks, and of course Tai with the 1 Big Mom. We're almost
Yeah.
exactly tied on everything. So if Tai would have put Shanks, we would have had 5, 5, 5.
Oh wow. I mean, that's
Kai's
interesting.
Big Mom as number 1. That's interesting.
He also has
I don't
Marco.
know.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
Marco-
is
yeah,
nutty.
Marco is-
That is
Ty
nutty.
is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Because you think about it, you got Big Mom in number 1 and Katakuri's on your top
Dude,
30.
come on. The last stream, I said Shuzo was Admiral level.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, wild shit, man.
Sanji's Admiral level?
Apparently.
No, he said Struzen.
No, Taekwondo, the most ridiculous thing Taekwondo has ever said is that Virgo had better portrayal than Katakuri.
Hey man,
Like,
Hold on, wait.
Shout out
That's
Ty.
a big
Oh,
X, man.
He has
Yo,
he has
that's-
Jack in like his top 10. That's kind of. I mean, listen, man. Like,
Yeah.
listen, like I want Ty to be here to speak for himself, but I mean,
Yeah.
right now that list is just for me, I don't understand how that works. I don't.
Have you ever finished that list, or you just see the top 10?
No, because remember he was on the stream and then he had like he was throwing names out. Then we had
Yeah,
the
he
whole
was like,
argument.
whatever. Like, I'm
Where
not
it's
gonna
like,
down.
right? How we had.
No,
I was like, yo, how do you have Sanji on list and Katakuri's not on here? And then
He was
I
like,
think
yeah,
Ty-
whatever. That's on there.
Well,
Yeah.
you did say he had Katakuri on it though.
he made a new list and Katakuri's on there.
His
somewhere.
actual list category is on the list.
Katakuri,
Yeah, I
I
never
think
seen
he's-
his list yet.
I think Katakuri is 26 from our.
Yeah, like
Something like that,
crackers
yeah.
above him.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Two more rounds above him.
So what I'm gonna do right now is before we get to the next section of the list, I want to talk about well, let me get to some donations first. So we have so GX6 donated $10 who said keep up the good work, bro, much appreciated, bro. We have Kuro Tengetsu who donated $2. Here's it's your boy P Sauce here. Okay, that's whatever.
I just started hearing a lot of background.
Tempesto
Yeah, I'm here too.
Tempesto resubbed for 3 months on Twitch. Good stuff. As did Hockey XXX. You subscribed for 2 months. You have Mega Buster, VP Mega Buster for 21 months strong on Twitch. Only 3 months, only 3 more months, bro. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. For 2 years. I got you. Testicular Turmoil on Twitch as well for 1 tier subscription. Good stuff. Creatively created $10 donation on donation. You've got to mention one of the strongest characters in the top 30. I'm talking about top 5 Judge and honorable mention Adam Wood.
Where's the shirt, yo?
I feel you, bro.
Yeah,
I got a copper shirt soon.
We have Kraus who donated €5 through Super Chat. If a dying really old injured Whitebeard done so much damage and was a monster, imagine Kong going all out. Do you think he'll be able to fight or beat a Yonko? Kong now? No. Because again, like I think he's mega old. I think Kong is like 70-something years old. One Piece, we know your power grows over time.
The thing is, Whitebeard is not normal. Everything Whitebeard did, we will never see that again.
Exactly.
Like that was,
Kill it too.
yeah, that was different.
Yeah, exactly. So Whitebeard.
That was said to be the only man that rivaled Goldie Roger.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
let's
And
stop
Garp.
it.
And Garp. And Garp.
Garp wasn't really
Yeah,
around.
Garb was the only, yeah.
No, they did
It
not.
was never stated that Garp was around,
rivaled.
by the way.
They never said he rivaled him. They just said he
So Roger never
cornered
said-
him. They
Roger
said
never
he.
said-
No. They said he cornered him
Right.
multiple times. That is a very vague statement. Saying that this is the only man that rivals you. There's
Yeah.
no room for like looking or taking that any different way than what it is given to you.
Because
Yeah, which is why I
you can say that. Because you can say that Smoker cornered Luffy many
Yeah,
times.
Exactly.
He did, yeah.
Exactly. And he has.
Yeah, but
He's cornered
Smoker was
Luffy many
stronger than
times.
Luffy for most of the beginning part of the story.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that when Smoker did that, he was trash in comparison to the broad spectrum.
Yeah, but if you're comparison as far as the strength, like Smoker and his gap between Smoker and Luffy at that time, it was far greater.
Okay, no. Put it this way. Let me put it this way.
No,
Hold on,
no,
let
here-
me explain it.
okay.
Okay. Say Smoker never does anything for the rest of the story, and he stays at the same strength. When Luffy becomes Pirate King level, you can still say that Smoker cornered him multiple
Yeah,
times
but
in New
y'all,
World.
but y'all smarter than that. Y'all know damn well Garp is not nowhere in comparison to Smoker. He was around that tier when he was fighting.
I mean,
He
it's
called the
very
heroes-
possible that
he
Smoker
called the
and
heroes
Garp.
of Marine.
Yeah, but it's very possible
He
that
called the
Smoker
heroes
and
of
Garp.
Marine.
Yeah, so
I mean, like I feel like y'all arguing just to argue. Like everybody
No.
knows
That dragon's
story that
dead.
Garp is up there.
I'm not sleeping on Garb. I'm not sleeping on Garb in any in any breath.
yeah,
at
but
all.
it's not we're arguing just to argue. Obviously, we think Garp is strong. I don't think anyone here thinks Garp is weak, but we're just comparing it to Whitebeard and Roger. We don't know if he's actually was on that level.
Right.
Yeah, he's top 15.
Because
Listen, man.
Because like,
that level.
as far as we know, Roger's the strongest dude to exist within the past like 50 years of One Piece. Just like the
He should be,
strongest pinnacle
I-
dude.
I think Whitebeard was
like
actually
if there's top tiers, then there's like the god tier. Like he'd be in the god tier realm where he's just
Yeah, like,
too damn
So
good.
Okay, yeah. Put it this
so
way.
two
Just
people in the god tier then, Roger and Whitebeard.
Whitebeard, yeah.
And Shiki.
I
Shiki
would
was
also
also
imagine-
a rival.
I don't think so. I
Wait,
don't
wait,
know.
wait. It was stated, Brago. It was stated that he
Nah,
was the strongest.
I would
Roger.
put Shiki in there too.
He
In
was
god
the
tier?
Y'all
strong-
underestimated Garp's presence at Marineford. Did y'all see how everybody reacted?
We
when he
count
got-
him
Wait,
in film
how
or we
the
count him
hell-
among them?
What did they say? What did they say about
Shiki in the
Shiki?
god
Wait, what did they say about Shiki? I don't remember.
They put
Because
Shiki. They put Shiki in the same breath as Roger and Whitebeard.
But it could be just from the movie instead of the
Wait,
manga.
how about this?
That's not-
Put
I was
put,
thinking SBS question type thing from the
um,
data books. The data book.
Put Garp and
Okay, that's
Whitebeard
good.
shoes in Marineford. Do you think Garp is going as hard as Whitebeard did?
No. Just
Yeah,
like Whitebeard
that's
is
the same with
different.
Whitebeard was in a whole different level, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Yeah, well,
See,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. When we say that he's on his level, like Whitebeard was sick as shit too when that happened. So I'm saying, like, do we really think Garp's tanking all those punches and still just like dumpstering a Kainu like that? Like, I don't
No,
think
he
so.
hurts.
Garb got hit by Gear 2nd Luffy and he bleeds like shit. Like, that's...
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
keep
Let
it
that
real.
bro. Bro, come on, fam.
All right, okay, hold on. Okay,
That's
wait,
true.
okay, wait, hold on, wait.
How about durability?
All right, hold on, yo. Let me just get to the other donations first because we got some cats that got us the piece. So, Shady Water donated $10. Who said, "What about Crocodile? Where would you place him? Nowhere. Honestly, but I'll continue. Base your top 30 character
Honestly,
video.
Honorable mention.
Crocodile gets, shit
Crocodile's-
on because of everything that happened pre-time skip.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like okay,
And rightly
because
so.
like
Rightly
I
so.
think
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
around
so-
Dofi levels.
I think he gets more shit on than he should because
Yeah.
he was very powerful.
yeah.
Yeah. At the
'Cause-
time.
'cause,
An
like,
honorable
I would say,
mention, though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, I would say
Yeah.
I would say he's like top 40, like top 50, but I don't think he's
Definitely
like,
top.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
crew
yeah.
helps him at that spot. Yeah.
Top 50.
Yeah. But I continue though. I feel like Crocodile gets the same bad credit as NL gets for
NL,
being beaten by exactly by P Greer Luffy. I think he's still crazy strong and has unique mastery over Duffer abilities. I agree with that too. But we'll get to that real soon. We have Kuro Tensei donated the $10 through Super Chat. It's not just a direct comparison. Algaji has a wider range of abilities, and truthfully, something has a higher combat effectiveness against others as compared to Akainu's raw strength. That is part of the reason, Kura. Like, that is part of the reason why I have him over Akainu. But if you want to get back to that one, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that one. That one.
Hey man,
Maybe.
I've seen people come back from getting frozen. I don't know how many people come back from getting like
After
covered
like
in
being like
lava.
thawed out, like God knows.
Aces
He put them.
alive.
He put them
that's true.
in cryostasis, pretty much. That's
Bro,
that's
Dofi shook out of that, man. And
Dofi
White.
got
because
out of
he's
it.
because he's fucking Dofi and Whitebeard too. Absolutely.
Ace didn't get out of that.
Like because he's Ace. Because he's Ace. He ain't Dofi. He ain't Dofi or Whitebeard.
Casual magma fist.
Zach Soldier first. We subscribe.
Hey, the Ace slander got stopped.
Zach Soldier
You gotta
first.
stop
We
this.
subscribe for 1 tier for 1 month for 1 tier subscription for 2 months. Stinky Plug we subscribe for 2 months 1 tier subscription.
That's a great name.
We have Croco Top 30 donated $3. Wiseman Crocodile not top 30. Take that fat man Jozu off. Also, Akainu is stronger.
I'm not gonna lie,
I'll
King.
compare
Joe's
Whitebeard,
one
blah,
arm
blah, blah,
probably
blah.
shouldn't be on the list, bro.
No, I think he is. Because again, like, okay, well, I'll get to Josie real soon. Okay, but
Kuma
okay,
shouldn't be on there either. Kuma shouldn't
we
be
have
on there.
that.
Nah.
Then we
should be
have.
like the
Because Kuma right now is getting
hold on, wait.
manhandled by Kid, but
We have.
Wait.
Fuck. All right, wait. Okay, wait.
That's
Kid
actually
Wade,
true. That's
Kid
actually
Wade.
true, though.
Wait,
That's kind of true,
wait,
though.
Wait, no, wait,
It will.
wait,
Likewise,
hold on, wait, hold on. God, Usopp donated $5 and said, "You're the only one who really cares about the matchup aspect of things." Apparently, yeah, I can't really. People are starting to understand what I'm talking about when it comes to matchups. Right? It's a hard thing to kind of shake off.
Yeah.
People are used
It's
to
tough.
the whole, DBZ concept.
Yeah.
That's
The
why
Unknown
Jinbei
donated
was
$1.
honorable
Good
mention.
stuff. Lord Eisen donated $15. What would Luffy have to show to move up in the top 30? He has to improve his Gear 4, honestly. Just have no stamina issue or very low stamina issue with Gear 4, and Luffy, he's reaching dramatically, honestly.
I don't
They
know
have
if
to
it's
solo
Gear
Big
4.
Mom, though, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if it's just Gear 4.
No, his base.
honestly.
is more
His
important.
base.
Yeah.
If he does something like crazy in his base form,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, we
Like
have
if
to
he
move
learns,
Luffy to the next
if he does what he thinks he's gonna do in the
Oh,
category fight, which is
level. What if another level of haki? Like he has like
Like the
category
stages?
Oh, like Katakuri?
Yeah,
Oh,
another
well,
stage.
Yeah. But, like, what's
Not
possible?
necessarily observation. It could be armor as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
We already know he's probably
it'd
gonna
be crazy if he does it.
he's probably gonna learn how to.
So, hold on, wait. So, we have another donation from Big Haired Nig from the rest. He says, and this is probably from Matt, Apu's ugly ass shouldn't even be top 100. How's God?
Wait, why is he roasting a poo like that? Though?
How in
That's
God's green
disrespectful.
earth does everyone put him over Zoro? Question mark.
To be fair, they have the same round. They have the
pretty,
same bounty.
pretty easily. No, Apu's is higher than Zoro's.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does have
shit,
high
bro.
bounty.
Apu's bounty was the only Supernova's bounty, other than Law, to double over the time skip.
Yeah, he has a higher bounty than Hawkins too.
Mhm.
His bounty doubled, bruh.
Yeah, Hawkins has the same with Zoro
You
actually.
start playing that music they play during the
Yeah,
anime.
Hey
I'm about to prove.
man, how much would Zoro's be if he was a captain, man?
Yeah, he'd be like
Hey,
600.
guess what? He's not a captain.
Put a Billy.
Probably
well,
should be.
Really quickly, I'm going to get to the last section of the donations in the description. So Madrid on Twitch, subscribe. The Stub Madrid. You should have been to that, bro, honestly. Madi, who donated $2. Usopp has 200 million bounty. Clearly, bounty does not equal power. I mean, clearly.
After a certain level, bounty does equal power.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. After what?
After a certain
After
point, yeah.
what is it?
Nah,
wait,
I
hold
was-
on.
If you have like 1 billion barrels,
Silver
After-
000
You gotta
donated
be
$2.
some prey, yeah.
Hold on. Silver 000 donated $2. Said shoutouts to Dritz and Matt B. Fuck the George. And then Shaggy Bones
I
donated
second that.
regular donation. Gaimon top 10, and that is it so far. So once again, guys, if you guys want to donate, do all that kind of fun stuff, just do your thing. I'll read it obviously, and also I do want to say this as well. In the future, I am not setting up now, but in the future, for Twitch in particular, if you're gonna be a tier 3 subscriber, I will let you into streams. Straight up, I'll let you into streams. But that's something that I'm working on. Because the tier 3 subscriber is a lot of money. And if you're able to, and if you actually do that,
How much is tier 3?
What if I'm tier 2?
$25 a month, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much.
Yeah,
So I'm tier 2. What do I get?
yeah. If you're tier 2, your comments
Yeah, I'm tier 2,
will be
alright.
viewed first and foremost among all the other commenters.
Yeah,
But I just have to.
That's lit, yo.
Yeah, but I just have to set it up yet. I haven't set up yet for the stuff yet. So that's gonna be the near future when it comes to streams. And for YouTube, I'm not too sure when it comes to any type of paywall for entering to streams. But for Twitch, that's already set up. Tier 3
Wait.
subscribers, if you want in, you're in.
King, I'm a Patreon. What do I get?
Yeah, I'm tier 2.
My Patreon's dead, bro. But hey.
Yo, I want a refund on that.
Dang, Cole, you don't say that out loud.
It's dead. It's dead. Because Patreon, I don't like the sign. I really don't. It's iffy, man. Like, I'd rather just do streams and get people what they want through streams and be interactive in that sense, as opposed to rely on Patreon. Because Patreon, I don't think I'm that. How do you say? Like, I'm not an artist. I'm not a musician. Like, I'm a fat black guy that talks about manga. So
That's
I don't
art,
like.
hey, man.
Yeah, but
That's-
you're still
that's
making
art.
content though.
That's
So.
art,
Yeah, no,
man.
so that's
Yeah.
art. What the?
I mean, it is.
I don't know about
Not
that.
everyone can be a big black guy making
Bravo,
content.
that's art. I want to see broad. Make that art.
Yo, okay, so let's I think talk about in the list. I think a lot of folks had an issue with Shanks and Kaido because those two were, in my personal opinion, those two
my
were
favorite
very
is not
interchangeable. All right, I think that Shanks or Kaido could be number one.
Yeah,
I just
don't
take
know how you ever
I
found
take-
1 and 2.
Yeah.
well, no, because some folks have Dragon on number one. I mean, obviously,
Yeah, I have Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but that was an issue in some folks' mind, but I don't think it's a big issue among us. For me personally, I don't see the issue with. I don't see why folks think that Sabo is like near Luffy per se. I don't really understand.
That changes depending on where you think Luffy is right now.
Yeah, I think it does too. Yeah, I think it does too. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, let's just factor it this way. Back whenever they were younger,
Welcome to the
was Sabo
family.
stronger than Luffy? was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he was stronger.
Yes.
All right. Who went out to sea first, or who was out in the world, doing things first? Sabo. Sabo learned hockey at an earlier age.
17.
Dude, it's like I don't even know how people even go on to debate that.
I think Gear 4 just fucking Sabo up.
Look, Sabo was
Fucking
strong.
Sabo
I personally
Gear 4 just fucking
think,
a lot of people up.
wait a second. Listen, I personally think that Sabo was stronger than Luffy before he ate his devil fruit, and after he eats his devil fruit, he only grows in
Right.
strength. He only
But to be
increases
fair,
that even more.
I think that
Where'd you have Sabo on your list then, Matt?
Luffy after this arc will probably be ahead of Sabo at Dressrosa, but Sabo's like doing stuff with the revolutionaries right now, which will probably up him up along with Luffy and still be higher than Luffy.
I don't think.
I wouldn't even put Luffy ahead of Sabo after this arc. But
Sabo's not beating Katakuri.
Yeah, because
Sabo's not beating Katakuri. Bro.
No,
you said Sabo's not beating Katakuri based off what?
well,
It's
Why
like
are you
just
saying he
showing-
is? What
based
are
off
you
of showing
saying he
versus Fujitora.
okay, well,
You said what?
Based Based off his showing versus Fujitora, wasn't it?
Based
like
off his
anything-
showing against
Yeah,
Fujitora,
wasn't
nothing
anything
happened. It
impressive.
was a stalemate.
Yeah, but he didn't show anything impressive.
He didn't show anything impressive. How many people have we seen fight an Admiral the way that we saw Sabo fight an Admiral, Froob?
Not many.
Luffy?
Thank you.
Fujitora?
No,
Luffy
no,
fought
no, no, no,
Fujitora?
no. Luffy did not fight Fujitora. Let's stop this. Let's
did.
stop this. Yo, let's stop with this running joke. Let's stop with this running joke. Luffy did not fight against Fujitora. No, he
He
didn't.
was calling out attacks. He was fighting him.
He was calling out attacks, Dustin. Come on, bro.
He
We're
was
talking
fighting
about
him, bro. Whether you think
Nah,
about it or not, he was fighting him.
dude. So you're gonna
that's not a-
You just took
No, if Artigan didn't interfere, that would have kept going. Artigan interfered.
You
Legit.
compare the fight. You're
Oh,
telling
everybody
me you
gonna-
compare the fight between Luffy and Fujitora to the fight with Sabo and Fujitora.
Yeah, it was basically the same shit.
You put those on the same caliber?
They were both clashes.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, when Dustin said if Hadrian didn't interfere, the fight would have went on, you make it sound like Luffy was about to kill Fujitora and
Yeah,
Hadrian saved him.
No.
So Hunter
It
just
could mean
saved his life.
Fujitora. It could mean Fujitora gonna kill Luffy. It could have go either
I
way.
know, I'm just saying.
I'm saying, like, nah, man. Y'all gotta
But Fuji didn't take it that
Yeah,
serious.
personally, I don't think that's going either way after like everything that happened at that point.
That's what you're saying. Sabo doesn't beat Luffy in Gear 4?
No, I think people underestimate the strength of Gear 4. Gear 4 is Admiral level strength.
It's not the strength. It's
Yeah,
the
but I
actual
don't think we've
time
seen
limit.
everything yet, though, when it
Yeah,
comes
but
to
that doesn't
Sabo.
mean he can't beat him in the time limit.
No, he's not gonna beat Sabo
not
on the
beating
time
Sabo.
limit. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Remember, Sabo's been trained
Yeah,
forever.
he's no. Nobody, no top tier is
Interfere, that would have.
Sabo's not beating category.
Yeah, because
Sabo's
yeah,
not beating category, bro.
No,
You said Sabo's not beating Katakuri based off what?
well,
Based
Why
off
are you
his
saying he
showing-
is? What
based
are
off
you
his showing
saying
versus
he is?
Fujitora.
You said what?
Based off his showing versus Fujitora, wasn't it?
Based
like
off his
anything-
showing against
Yeah,
Fujitora,
wasn't
nothing
anything
happened. It
impressive.
was a stalemate.
Yeah, but he didn't show anything impressive.
He didn't show anything impressive. How many people have we seen fight an Admiral the way that we saw Sabo fight an Admiral, Froob?
Not many.
Luffy?
Thank you.
Fujitora?
No,
Luffy
no,
fought
no, no,
Fujitora?
no. Luffy did not fight Fujitora. Let's stop this. Let's
did.
stop this. Yo, let's stop with this running joke. Let's stop with this running joke. Luffy did not fight against Fujitora. No, he
He
didn't.
was calling out attacks. He was fighting him.
He was calling out attacks, Dustin. Come on, bro.
He
We're
was
talking
fighting
about
him, bro. Whether you think
Nah,
about it or not, he was fighting him.
dude. So you're gonna.
That's not a.
You just
If
took it
Artigan didn't interfere, that would have kept going. Artigan interfered.
You
Legit.
compare the fight. You're
Oh,
telling me
everybody
you
gonna-
compare the fight between Luffy and Fujitora to the fight with Sabo and Fujitora.
Yeah, it was basically the same
put
shit.
you put those on the same caliber?
They were both clashes.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, when Dustin said if Hadrian didn't interfere, the fight would have went on, you make it sound like Luffy was about to kill Fujitora and
Yeah,
Hadrian saved him.
So Hunter
It
just
could mean
saved his life.
Fujitora. It could mean Fujitora gonna kill Luffy. It could have go either
I
way.
know, I'm just saying.
I'm saying, like, nah, man. Y'all gotta.
But Fuji didn't take it that serious.
Yeah, personally, I don't think that's going either way after like everything that happened at that point.
That's what you're saying. Sabo doesn't beat Luffy in Gear 4?
No, I think people underestimate the strength of Gear 4. Gear 4 is Admiral level strength.
It's not the strength. It's
Yeah,
the
but I
actual
don't think we've
time
seen
limit.
everything yet, though, when
Yeah,
it comes
but
to
that doesn't
Sabo.
mean he can't beat him in the time limit.
No, he's not gonna beat Sabo
not
on the
beating
time
Sabo.
limit. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Remember, Sabo's been trained
Yeah,
forever.
he's no. Nobody, no top tier is getting defeated in 20 minutes. Like
I cannot
No
for the
one's
life
been
of me.
defeated in 20 minutes yet.
Thank you. Yeah.
like that's just
Like I just had to bring up the
Fuck
time.
around.
That's Gamma Nice.
That's the time limit.
no.
Practice 11 hours,
Let's
so.
be honest.
Nobody's
let's
gonna
be
be
honest
okay
here.
after the Red King Kong gun.
Let's be honest here.
King Kong gun is no. King Kong
Dustin,
gun.
how many people are actually
No,
getting
no,
in the fight?
no, wait a second. Before you go into the thing of Gear 4, or before you go into the thing of King Kong Gun, Gear 4 just puts Luffy at that level to where he's able to fight against these top tiers
Right.
for extended periods of time and where he can damage them. It doesn't make it an automatic, oh, he's just like, he's not only increasing the gap, but he's passing it. No, he's not doing that. He's not defeating any of these top tiers with a first time Gear 4. It's not happening.
But everybody, a lot of people agree if he doesn't have a time limit, this nigga's Admiral level.
But he has a time. Hold on,
No.
wait.
That's strong because of the time.
Wait,
You
hold on.
can't take
Okay.
the strength away because of the time limit.
No.
I put
Okay,
second command.
okay, hold
I'm
on.
taking this strength.
Here's the thing. Wait, hold on. Here's the Gear 4 that we know for sure. Gear 4, when in particular the King Kong gun, that level of DC, meaning what he can destroy, the strength of it too, his raw physical strength ups drastically. To where he's stronger than Diamond Jozu, arguably. Because Diamond Jozu couldn't break through the strings, but Luffy could. Luffy could break through the strings. Now, if you want to argue that, okay, fine. But as far as you know, Diamond Jozu couldn't, but he could. We know that the King Kong gun is physically the most powerful one of the most powerful punches we see in the verse. It's up there with like the Elizabeth punch. It's up there with let's say, like major punches that we've seen thus far. But speed-wise, he's also pretty damn good too. Because this dude, from a speed standpoint, Dolphy could react to meteorites in his fucking face. He didn't see the what's called the Rhino Schneider,
Schneider.
Right? Yeah.
The Culverin.
Exactly.
Actually, he did actually see it coming. He couldn't dodge.
Exactly.
It was like too late.
Exactly.
Because he put armor and hockey on his face.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But that's it. The problem here is hold on. The Gamma Knife is some true shit, because we already discussed that the Gamma Knife, he wasn't recovering from his wounds. He was just repairing his wounds. He wasn't recovering.
Yeah, he just holding himself in place.
Exactly.
Trust me, Brago's told us like all the. He's a Brago fan.
Brago's right. Brago is right. He's on the money.
I know, but he's a Dolphy fanboy, so I know he.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Listen, man. But I think Brago's on the money, because I think it was shown where he even says himself, this is just some emergency patchwork. Like, I'm still fucked up. I'm still really fucked up. But that ability, from a strength standpoint, from a speed standpoint, I think mainly from a strength standpoint and from a DC standpoint, he's now teetering on Admiral level. He's not there yet, because he still lacks the stamina and the ability of the Gear 4. It's a great ability overall, but we've seen Fujitora literally levitate all the debris, and he had that shit levitating forever while he was fighting against Luffy casually. Flamingo did the same thing, kind of, where he had the birdcage. He had the birdcage up while his internal organs were fucked up, and he was still doing massive things, like crazy attacks, while the birdcage was up. So Luffy has to be able to sustain Gear 4 for a very long time, be able to use high degrees of Haki, and then we can say, okay, fine. Maybe
but those examples you just gave counteract what you were just saying, because Luffy's using Haki with that. Those guys weren't using. Fujitora wasn't using
that's what I'm saying. They don't need to. They don't need to, because from an ability standpoint, they're already superior. Luffy needs the Haki to back it up. That's what I'm saying.
Fujitora is always using Haki, though.
I'm talking about to make those things levitate. That was his devil.
No, he's talking about observation.
No, I'm
just see around like surroundings and stuff.
I'm talking about him always using Haki. Like, he's literally, Fujitora is always using Haki. There's not a single moment that he's breathing that he's not using Haki.
Yeah, because he's sensing the aura and shit.
He uses Haki literally to do everything that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's blind, so he can't see.
So he is using Haki while he's doing that. Like, the admiral, the durability of admirals is just on a whole nother level.
Well, and I don't even think because Luffy
no, wait, hold on, Matt. Let's be clear here, all right? I can't say the durability, but the overall combat ability is much higher.
Okay,
because here's the thing, right? If Luffy was able to hit Fujitora with a King Kong gun solid, Fujitora is getting decimated. He's getting decimated. Now, granted,
I don't know what you mean by
is he going?
Wait a minute.
He's taking heavy damage.
He's taking.
You would definitely take
He's not getting decimated.
He's take a hit.
Come on, bro. If he takes a direct hit clean.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but that's not going to be a one-hit KO.
Hey, but I don't know.
Exactly.
That's
Another reason like Fuji controls gravity.
You mean literally one shot when you say decimated, or you just mean extremely fucked up?
I mean extremely fucked up, because I think that if Flamingo didn't have the internal organ damage, he would have gotten fucked up by the King Kong gun, but still been active.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Didn't Flamingo still block the punch?
Getting like, what are you saying? So if Fujitora's at 100%, if he takes a King Kong gun, is he not blocking or is he blocking this?
He's not blocking. He's taking it clean.
I mean, but that's not okay.
I think you're just comparing durability.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
If we go by Pokemon logic, we say it's a critical hit.
It's for the sake of argument. That's all he's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying that Fujitora took a King Kong gun But that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
If
Anybody's
takes
taking
a
that
King
no
Kong gun,
damage.
yeah,
No blocking.
nobody's just
Maybe
it's-
only
Maybe
person. Maybe I'm
maybe a
looking at
Kainu.
not a Kainu. Maybe Kaido. I'm
Kaido,
looking at.
Kaido and Big
Maybe
Mom.
Kaido, I think might tank
the
it.
only two cats that would probably.
Yeah,
Kaido and Big Mom.
Maybe Big Mom as well.
Maybe Big Mom.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a few people that's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Shane.
How many
He's
people-
not tanking it. No Yonko is taking a direct clean hit from a King Kong gun.
I think Kaido and Big Mom.
I mean,
could.
bro,
Kaido.
Kaido definitely
Kaido.
could.
Big Mom should get some fat back.
Kaido,
though.
Shanks,
I think Big Mom takes a little
and
damage.
all of these dudes.
I think we should get some fat back from the barrier, bro.
All of these dudes are getting this. Are look. They're taking the hit. They're going to be damaged from it, but they're getting up like that. That is not
Yeah, they're getting up.
KO
Yeah,
to.
definitely getting up.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it this way. Kaido fell from an entire island and was only like barely
You
phased.
got a headache.
How many King Kong guns does it take to bring down Kaido?
We have.
What are
no
we talking about
idea.
here? Are we talking about base form Kaido, Devil Fruit Kaido, or like?
Whatever-
We don't
whatever
know
Kaido-
if
It's
Kaido.
Kaido.
We don't know if Kaido has.
Damn, how many versions of Kaido Federal got? Yeah.
No. We're obviously talking about base Kaido because we don't even know if Kaido has a devil fruit. We don't know.
To be fair, we don't know if that
So-
wasn't.
This nigga
Yeah,
got
but
smile,
so-
man.
Smiles
Kaido
and
has no
everything. Come on.
Seen a
Yeah,
smile
all the things that we heard
transform.
of and stuff. I mean, like if you look at like how many feats and stuff, like he's able to take the guillotine, spears and stuff. I mean, we assume he's not gonna get hits. Like he'll take the punch will come, but like he's gonna tank it.
Like,
Nah, that's just hype. That's just your hype.
Nah,
It's just-
I think
No,
that
that's just
I
the
think that he
manga.
could take the punch. I mean,
I think the majority of people are dodging it. If they see him charging
Yeah.
that up,
Because-
It's ridiculous to say he can't take any punch. Come on, bro.
no, he could take. No,
Okay,
he could
wait,
take a
let me
punch.
ask-
He
let me
can
ask you a
lose, but he
question.
can't
Let me
die,
ask you a
and then they
question. Dustin, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead,
How
bro.
much? What's the difference in King Kong gun and Kong gun that you would say? Like how much is the difference? Because Big Mom literally tanked a Kong gun, like it was nothing. So you don't think that she would be able to do the same with the King Kong
He
gun?
did block it.
No.
Dude, Froob, no matter what you say, she tanked it. She was not phased from it at all.
Okay, but like the thing is, like, yeah, I understand. Like, compare Big Mom to Katakuri. Like, Katakuri cannot block a gear 4th punch. She has to.
But
bait
we're
out of
talking
it.
about Yonko right now.
I mean, that's what I'm
we're
saying.
not
I'm
talking
Yeah,
hyping
but
up
the
Big Mom.
difference
I'm
between a
hyping up
King
Big
Kong
Mom.
gun and a Kong gun is the difference between a king and a prince.
I mean, the only way I can change that up is if it's a Kamehameha and a Super
A
Kamehameha.
prince is royalty and has a certain degree of power, but a king is on a whole nother fucking level and tier. That's what I'm saying. That's the comparison.
Yeah, but
What kind of explanation is that?
But what I'm saying, this is One Piece, yo. That's
Use a
hierarchy.
multiplier.
We're
Use
talking
a
about one
what I'm saying though, Dustin, is like we're trying to like understand it even more. And,
It's-
Because
I
King
mean, I
Kong gun, he's
understand
charging
it.
up.
It's
King
just a weird
Kong
ass
gun is
fucking
on another level of a Kong gun.
Yeah, because he's charging up basically when he's hitting
Yeah, I understand that, but you
You
use
can't
hierarchy.
marginalize it and say, oh, just because a Kong gun did this, a King Kong gun should only be able to do a little bit more. No, it's a King Kong gun for
Because
real.
like you know
So
how
how much
we don't
more
have-
damage is a King Kong gun doing?
We
Twice?
don't know. You can speculate. I can say 100.
Oh, come on, bro. He explained already. It's difference between a king and a
okay,
prince.
let's use other logic.
Just because you say it don't doesn't mean it doesn't.
I mean, it was a weird
like, based
comparison.
on are we looking at size of it and say okay,
No.
twice?
Listen, this is the thing. I don't think that there's a clear enough difference between a King Kong gun and a Kong gun for it to.
What do you mean? It shows you
Wait,
DC.
wait a
It
second.
shows you the DC.
Let me finish.
Ain't no difference.
Let me finish. To damage to do damage that's gonna be substantial against a Yonko, especially given what we saw from dude, Big Mom literally took this punch like it was nothing. It was literally nothing to her. She laughed.
Yeah, and like I was saying, like, compare that to Katakuri. Like, Katakuri's the strongest one, right?
Yo, Fu turns to Kuma.
Fruit, man. You got real
became
slow.
He turned to Kuma.
I don't know what's going on with Fruit just now.
Yo, Fruit, you good though?
Yo, he's
Can
acting
you
like a
hear
kid
me?
right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
You're back. You're back. You're
Oh,
back.
okay, sorry. I was
Started
just
slurring a little bit.
that was how compare that to I was saying compare that to Katakuri. Katakuri can't even take like a regular punch from Luffy, right? Because when we saw him, he got knocked hella far away. But like Big Mom, when she blocked it, it was like nothing.
Whoa,
Sure,
whoa,
she's
whoa,
put
wait,
a little
wait,
bit
wait,
of
wait,
arm and
stop,
hockey
wait,
on her
wait,
arm.
Wait, hold on. He can take a punch. He just can't tank the punch. He can endure the punch. Because One Piece.
We already
like,
saw that. We already saw that.
yeah.
Punch. I'm just saying, compare what Katakuri did to what Big Mom did.
Well,
But
Luffy
that
did a
difference-
Katakuri versus what Luffy did a Big Mom.
That's like the
Bro,
Prince
if
of Kingdom.
Jinbei can do a drill and knock her off the ship, Luffy's King Kong
Yeah,
gonna
but look at the condition that she's in compared to back then.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, I think too many guys are overblowing what happened to Big Mom. Because like in
Yeah, she's
hindsight, when you
skinny
look
for
at
a
it,
reason.
like in hindsight when you look at it, the only damage that Big Mom really suffered were some minor burns because Nami discharged Zeus underneath her. The Vagabond drill, the same shit that Jinbei used to send Warasume into like, the upper area of Fishman Island, that shit only pushed Big Mom off the ship.
I think
Yeah, if anything, like, it got
If
wrong.
he's doing that, imagine what a King Kong gun is doing. Imagine Jinbei's ultimate attack.
No,
did
but
not
Jinbei's
what
attack
Luffy's
launched.
ultimate attack is doing.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
losing 25%
okay,
health.
okay.
Wait.
Listen,
There's not a big
here-
difference between Luffy and Jinbei.
Wow.
There's not.
Okay.
There's not a big difference
I
between
wouldn't
Luffy
know.
and
Wait, hold on. Listen.
Disrespect Jinbei already.
Wait a second. So no. There is a
Vagabond
difference,
drill,
but
man.
there is not a big difference.
Man, come on, bro.
Okay, let me ask you
I don't see
this.
Jimbo in the top 30 here.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If Jinbei and Luffy were to fight,
Mid diff.
if Jinbei and Luffy were to fight, would it be a high diff? Would it be a mid diff? Or would it be a low diff? And
Luffy
if
high
I'm
diff.
judging, all of
Negative.
you, I am judging all of you if you say anything.
Mid diff.
It's
It's man dip.
Luffy
mid
high diff.
Mid high diff. Mid high
If
diff.
you're gonna be real, if you're gonna be
Thank you.
realistic, every fight Oda's
Luffy
going to
had
draw
high
is going to be high diff.
It's high diff.
Thank you. Okay, listen.
High diff, possibly.
Luffy is bar none. Luffy is bar
man.
none stronger than Jinbei. Luffy is
But
bar
we're
none
not.
stronger
Luffy's
than
not
Jinbei.
gonna
Okay,
drop.
wait, hold on, wait a second.
scale
Wait,
it, right?
hold on.
No,
Okay,
Luffy is
wait,
bar
hold on.
none
Wait,
stronger
no.
than Jinbei.
Here, okay, no. Here's the thing. In all honesty,
Rookie Ace.
the problem here is that when you look at Jinbei, you have to look at Jinbei in two situations. Number one, when he's on land. Number two, water. All right, I've said before, and I say it again. I think that Jinbei, when he's on land, I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's as strong as Zoro or Sanji. When he's in the water, I think he's stronger because that's his element. That's where he can start manipulating the actual seas itself and start decimating on a wider scale. Jinbei, I don't think forces a gear fourth Luffy when he's on land. I really don't see that happening. Honestly,
No, that's definitely happening.
no.
I
I don't think he
he forced
does.
some gear for it.
No. I don't think he
Fishman
does.
karate is gonna fuck Luffy
Yeah,
up.
Jinbei's
No,
got
I don't
the
think he
Vagabond
does.
drill, bro.
I don't think he does. No.
So it's a mid dip then.
Nah.
It's gonna force some gear
No.
for it. It's gonna force some gear for it, but I don't know how much.
If Jinbei doesn't force a gear fourth, then that's mid diff.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
mid
No.
dip.
Because see, the gear fourth is his whole
I don't
separate
know.
state.
Yeah.
No, Hody Jones is a mid dip.
No,
Yeah.
no, wait, no, what?
No,
Hori Jones was a low diff.
Zoro watched the
Hori Jones was a low diff.
Yo, no.
Zoro whipped his ass.
Hori was low diff.
Dustin,
Okay.
it's a low diff.
Zoro whipped his ass in his own
Zoro
environment.
was underwater. That was his element, and he's
That
Zoro
was
was
before
still
the medicine.
Hori Jones is low.
No,
He's
Zoro-
low as
That's a
shit.
low-
Horty Jones is nothing more than mid diff.
Yeah, 'cause-
That's why I said mid dip.
Yeah.
Because like here's the thing, right? My problem with Jinbei is that Jinbei, he has very good technique, but his technique is way better in water than it is on land. Luffy, when you look at Jinbei's most powerful Ogi that we've seen thus far, the Vagabond Drill, that shit isn't as powerful as the Grizzly Magnum. Let alone the Kong gun.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think
because
you're
it doesn't
putting
have
way
that
too much.
flashy
I
impact,
think
but
you're
at the
putting
same
way
time,
too much
it might
into
be
this.
Yeah. It's
water
more
stuff.
focused. It's more focused
Yeah.
than Grizzly
The
Mag.
Magnum has that like huge exposure.
Yeah.
with-
Yeah, okay, but it's not just that. He
I'd
also
say they're the same.
okay, but
The
but-
Vagabond
but
Drill,
He
like,
sent
going off the
Caesar
name.
Clown. He sent Caesar Clown literally packing through the entirety of the inner mountain range, and then went through another set of giant steel doors, and
Remember
only
Jimbo did to Wadatsumi and Big Mom?
yeah, no, Wadasumi is but Wadasumi is mainly air. Like that's the thing. Wadasumi, Sanji was kind of tricking Wadasumi to pump him up, and at that point in time he's mainly air. Then he just punches him up. Like the Vagabond Drill is a very good move, but we're comparing characters that literally train consistently for two years straight, as opposed to Jinbei, who has gotten stronger most definitely. But can we say that his strength has increased in the same par as Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro?
No. The thing is,
He's
no.
already so much stronger than
Yeah, he was already strong.
Yeah, but they're much more powerful now.
I got a question.
Yeah, but they're not,
Unless
they're not
he's
gonna
in-
grow at the
unless-
same rate though.
Unless he's in water. If he's in water, he's devastated.
No, King, you're putting way too much into this water stuff. We haven't seen a fishman do fucking anything.
Whoa! What the fuck do you? What?
Yo, wait a second. Wait a second. Let me ask a
What?
question. Let me ask a question just real quick before we go crazy.
Go ahead.
Oh, water.
Dritz was fed up in the water.
We haven't, dude.
But I agree.
Fuck the water, yo.
I do agree with Driz as far as the whole water thing. But listen, would we say that Jinbei was stronger or weaker than Luffy pre-time skip?
Stronger.
He's stronger.
Oh, he's way stronger than Luffy.
Stronger.
Way stronger than Luffy, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
way
Yes.
stronger.
Okay, way
I don't-
stronger.
I'm
Way
not-
I don't
stronger.
know.
You know, I don't know. I don't
way
know.
stronger.
I don't know.
I don't know if way strong. He was stronger.
He was stronger.
Okay.
I just know way stronger.
Okay, he was indefinitely stronger. So now with the time skip, I would say that Luffy is stronger than Jinbei, but Jinbei was still taken to a high diff fight. As far
Alright.
as Zoro and Sanji go, if you're factoring in potential, then I can understand you saying that Zoro is stronger than Jinbei right now. But as far as what we've seen, nah, I wouldn't even say that Zoro is stronger than Jinbei.
Zoro's
No,
making
no,
shark
no,
food.
no,
I-
no,
wait,
no.
wait,
I don't
wait,
think.
they're even.
I
I
honestly
say they're even.
listen. I don't know. Like
Shark food.
on land, I can't see on land. Jinbei hasn't showcased nearly enough to be able to actually compete with Sanji or Zoro. On
Sanji
land.
and Zoro is beating Jimbo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
definitely. Yeah. On land, in the water, different story.
In 1v1s or 2v1?
Wait. You said that
Yeah, I was gonna
Luffy
say that.
and Sanji or Luffy or no,
All
Zoro
three
and
of them.
Sanji.
All
The whole,
No, but Sanji's
the
taking
whole
an L to
trio.
Jinbei.
The whole trio. No, it's crazy.
Sanji is iffy, but Zoro and Luffy for damn sure.
No,
I would
Luffy
say-
is
I would
he's
say
taking
if
an
you
L.
I would say if you factor in potential, yes, Zoro would beat Jinbei high diff. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Listen, man, how far do you put Rookie Ace, yo?
Rookie Ace?
Rookie
you,
Ace
mean,
is
you mean just Ace period?
Rookie Ace.
Rookie
Man,
Ace took
come
him
on,
5 days.
let's not do this because we have no idea.
Brago trying to do some.
We don't,
Remember, he has
we don't know
Mushoku
how strong
Hashi too,
Jinbei-
so-
We don't know how strong Jinbei was at that point.
We
So
all
you
saying
can't-
that Luffy is beating Ace pre-time.
Wait, so Jinbei was in his prime back then?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Luffy
Luffy's
is
right.
Luffy not
No,
beating Ace.
No.
Oh,
Current
pre-time skip? Oh no, current.
Current.
Yeah, current.
Current.
Yeah.
Beating-
For sure, it did.
Yeah, currently.
Do you think Ace pre-time skip grew stronger from when he was a rookie?
Yes.
For sure.
So do you not think
Yeah.
Luffy would mid-diff Jimbo?
No, I don't because we don't know how strong Jinbei was at that point when he was fighting Ace. He got
Like,
stronger
he was
from
equal
that-
to Ace.
He got
Yeah,
stronger
like right now,
from
do you think
that
he's in his
point.
prime?
He got stronger from that point. Whenever
How much stronger do you
fought
think
Ace.
he got?
I mean, we don't know, Brago. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like-
Look, man, look, let's do like there is no evidence right now from Jinbei's combat repertoire that he can beat current Sanji, current Zoro, and current Luffy on land. On sea, I don't know why you want to knock the sea for some fucking reason. On sea, this dude is way more devastating.
Well, the thing is, like,
Who's
Luffy's
fighting-
not
who
gonna fight in the
fighting?
water.
Wait,
who's fighting what?
Jimbo in the
What
water?
did he do?
Who's
Yeah.
fighting?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Don't
he
go
even
on
fight in
with
the
this,
water
this,
though.
the whole
No, no,
He
no.
can't even fight in the water.
The only cat that's among that trio, the only cat that can fight Jinbei underwater is Sanji, but Sanji's
Sanji.
losing underwater.
But
Zoro,
Zoro,
Yo,
Jinbei
Zoro
can't
was
fight in the
only-
water. How can Jinbei fight in the water when he has a devil
Jinbei-
fruit?
Jinbei blocked the.
Wait, what?
Wait, so-
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Dustin. 1 second.
That's a big yikes.
I got two times in the moment.
Jinbei blocked an attack from Akainu.
Hey man, that didn't happen. Let's move on, guys. let's get back to this guy.
Goddamn.
Yo,
Let's move on.
Can I?
Hold on.
No, you just asked yourself, bro.
Yo, Jinbei took an attack from
Where'd he get
Akainu.
that?
Did he not?
Thinking about that.
Yes. No. Okay. No. Jinbei took an attack from Kainu, and then he
Yes.
got a hole punch through it. He was able to endure that pain. He was
He
able
was trying
to.
to protect Luffy.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking that. He was able to endure that pain and keep on going. Okay, but listen, that's entirely different. Than okay, well, can he actually beat these guys in a full-out fight? He can take the damage from an attack and keep on going. That's very good endurance. I'm not knocking that. I'm not at all. But again, that's pre-time skip. Post-time skip has endurance up. Yes, I'll say over time it has upped. Absolutely. But then to say he can then beat Zoro and Sanji because his endurance has upped over time, no. No.
Yeah, I mean, with Jinbei, I think he's more fine-tuned, if anything, right now. I don't see he got stronger, but he has his skills
Yeah,
are more.
he's technique-oriented. I mean, he has a fishman Kenpo, where he
he has his understanding is way better than it was before of his skills.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't deny that, but again, like we need to see more evidence from him in order to say that he can either A, keep up with Sanji, B, be able to outmuscle Zoro, C, be able to out everything Luffy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna ask because regarding like Luffy, say like after he beats Katakuri, where were we ranking him?
What, Luffy?
It depends on how he.
Over Cracker to me.
He's
But
going to be.
he wouldn't be over Cat. He's not going to be.
I say second.
No, exactly. Yeah.
What if he completely surpasses Katakuri? Then how can he not be higher?
Surpass him how?
Listen, this is how.
He get better armament hockey?
No.
So he gets better armament, better observation, better at his double, stronger, faster.
He's better. Yeah, he can. Otis literally setting it up in the story for that to happen.
No, I have a question. Just a question,
I
right?
disagree.
We have to acknowledge the fact that he has been running away from this dude. He has not had a full like he has not stayed in front of Katakuri and had a full-on fight. He's not going to be stronger than Katakuri, but he's just going to be able to defeat him.
But I don't know.
Are you ignoring the foreshadowing that Oda just said in 2 chapters?
No.
Just
But
based on one thing. You can
that's
take
right.
all
I think that's
these
right.
things into account, but if they both fight each other at 100% and Luffy wins, how is he not stronger?
Exactly.
Because they're
but
not
the thing
gonna, they're not going to be fighting each other at 100%. That's the
If Luffy says he wants to beat him at 100%, it's gonna happen.
bro.
How does he?
So we put him at first commander level.
No. Okay.
He's waiting for Katakuri to recover right now. He says he wants
No,
to.
he's fighting him right now. He's fighting him, and Katakuri's dodging attacks. That's what we saw the last time we saw him fight. I mean, okay, listen. Here's the thing. Right now, we know that when the fight first started, all right, when Luffy didn't know how to really deal with Katakuri was schooling his ass. Now, when it came to over the course of time, after trial and error and plot convenience, he now knows how to deal with Katakuri. So he now knows Katakuri's main weakness. Now he's focused on Katakuri's
The thing is
and then on top of wait. And then on top of that, it matters on how Oda has Luffy beat Katakuri.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Can I just say something really quick? The fight will forever, like, we can never really truly know if Luffy's stronger than Katakuri because he kind of got way too much help through the plot to know exactly what Katakuri's weaknesses are and how to beat him through his, like, other fights with him where he got out.
The same for Flamingo, the same for Cracker. The same thing that applies to those two.
No, how does that have any bearing? He didn't get outside help from anybody else.
Wait a second.
Brule, what are you talking about? He lived because of her.
Yo, let me ask a question.
Wait, how can Luffy do with Katakuri currently? Wait, how can he do with currently?
Bro, the Luffy disrespect is real, bro.
Let me ask a question. Is Luffy and Doffy 1v1? If they just do a fight, 1v1, Doffy versus Luffy, is Luffy winning? No, I don't think so.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Is he
Right
winning?
now? Right now, probably.
Right now he's not winning. 1v1 against Cracker.
No, right now I think he would. Yeah, high diff.
1v1 against Cracker, he's losing.
He's losing.
I don't know, man. Don't ask me Doffy questions, man.
Brago, it's a simple yes or no. And if he goes against Doffy 1v1, he's losing.
No, he's not.
Yes. Of course he's losing.
Man.
No, he's not.
He's losing, dude. He had to get Law to defeat, dude. It was Law and Luffy in a combined effort to defeat.
But I'm
Doffy,
saying, but people
to
always
defeat
say like
Doffy.
they act like they wanted, like, hey, Law, hey, let's work together and beat Doffy. That's not how it went down.
Bro.
No. How it went
They
down?
both
No.
wanted They both wanted to solo him by themselves. They both didn't want to back down.
I
That's how
mean,
they
it kind of did because they even came up with a combo attack.
They literally came
Yeah,
I was
but that's
literally about to
not
say
how
that.
it
They were doing combo attacks.
They had a combo attack, bro.
That's not how it started. You know it's not how it started.
Before Luffy went into Gear 4th, he did not land a clean hit that was substantial against Doffy, unless it was assisted by Law. The Red Hawk that was assisted by Law through teleportation because of Law's Devil Fruit was the only hit that he landed on Doffy.
And Luffy wasn't using all his power from the start.
I literally just said, wait.
To the chair.
Neither was Doflamingo. Neither was Doflamingo.
No, there was nothing indicating that Doflamingo had another strong tier.
He was awakening. What are you saying?
Yeah, he was an awakening, but that wasn't like, bro, that wasn't like another transformation as far as Gear 4th.
I mean,
No,
that's because- the reason why that's comparable because he held off Gear 4.
Yeah, he
No,
held off Gear 4.
let's not even say that that's because it's comparable. That was his literal response to Gear 4th. He said, "Yo, this is what I have to defend against that." He said, "There's a level to Devil Fruit users."
Yeah.
He wasn't using that freaking awakening before Luffy went Gear 4th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are we talking about? That was
Well,
his
okay,
literal response.
how much stronger has Luffy gotten since then? We know Haki
He hasn't
blooms.
gotten that much stronger,
He got
Bravo, because he needed help.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he's got to be defeat cracker.
We've seen Kong Organ. Kong Organ wasn't used versus Dofi as well.
Okay, and Kong Organ.
I think-
that would be
strong.
more for
Kong
six
Organ is
arms.
nowhere as strong as King
Okay.
Kong.
What's 6 arms doing to
That,
Dope?
that shit's not working on me.
What's 6 hours doing in Dope, yo?
I don't know, man.
Yo, like
It's a good fight. It's a
I
good
feel like Luffy's ability to actually
And
move
the
after
Gamma
he gets
Knife?
out of Gear 4
Oh my
is an
God.
example
I'm
of
telling you,
how
bro.
he's
Law is like
improved.
a
Yeah, the
Triple
Game
H,
Knife
bro.
had
When it comes to
Yeah,
the
man.
matches and
Dope
shit.
was nerfed.
He was nerfed, yeah.
Yeah, outside interference, bro.
Dofi did not take a hit until he was hit with the Gamma Knife in a combination of that with Gear 4.
Miko had outside interference in his fight against Luffy as well. What are you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about?
no. Dustin's right. No, exactly. Yeah, no, Dustin's right. But again, we're comparing minor burns and then minor scratches and exhaustion.
It
to
wasn't
having-
minor scratches,
It
bro.
what, dude? Okay, fine. I'll give him big bruises. I'll give him like whatever you want me to. But
Big bruises.
that does not compare to having your internal organs eviscerated. I'm sorry. That cannot compare to that.
I mean,
We're
not to
literally-
mention,
Oh, and by the way, Luffy, the last thing we seen of Luffy and Katakuri, they was not fighting. I just looked at the panel. That's not the last we seen him. Luffy was waiting for Katakuri.
Katakuri dodged it. Katakuri dodged it
Yeah,
last time.
No, I'm looking at it. The last panel, he was looking. I'm looking at this shit. It was 886. That's the way I live. I want to surpass him. I want to defeat him when he's at full power. All win big berries out of him. We haven't seen him fight since that moment.
No,
No, we
yes, we
actually
have.
saw. We saw.
Luffy went back to the mirror world.
Luffy went back to the mirror world. Katakuri is
Yeah,
talking.
Tried to punch
and then-
Katakuri and
yeah.
Katakuri dodged it.
Yeah.
When he did the Matrix dodge. Remember the Matrix dodge?
Through 87 through 89.
Remember the Matrix dodge?
It's like the first.
Remember the
page.
Matrix dodge? Type in
Yeah.
Matrix dodge.
Exactly, yeah.
it's 888.
All right, so let me get to some donations again, and then we'll continue with this.
I think Luffy's like, alright, this nigga ready now. Let's go.
Shout out to Nami for the help.
Because I do want to talk about some honorable mentions here, and
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah. So first and foremost, we have where am I right now? Mr. Daughtry donated $5. Do you think Oda made the Yonko too strong? Do you think he regrets it? Luffy is still not top 20 this late in the story. Well, I don't think it's actually that late in the story per se, because I think because Oda makes these claims where it's going to be Wano this year, then this time and that time, and then One Piece is 8% done or 6% done. But in all honesty, it keeps on getting pushed back further and further and further because Oda keeps on writing more and more and more when it comes to certain circumstances, and then he himself takes a lot of breaks. So I'm not gonna say
he doesn't know.
yeah, so he doesn't honestly know. And in all honesty, the Yonko, there is an issue where it's been very apparent as of late where Oda keeps on having these top tier dudes nerfed in some way, shape, or form so Luffy can overcome them. And that has been an issue.
Yeah.
So I hope to God that they don't do Kaido the same way. I really, because that'd be fucking like, dude, really, dude?
I mean,
Like,
we've seen the whole drunk thing, so I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
oh,
He's gonna get sake ball to the head.
They're gonna
Oh,
ruin
no.
Luffy
So,
will always be weak, yo. That's
Lucanus
it.
donated €6 through Super Chat. Love you, Cole. Have a question. Why Smoothie top 30 when you said Bounty isn't a good way of ranking and Eroge isn't on the list? Well, it's simple
Yeah, I have a problem with that
because I can say
Exposed.
that Dofi is over Cracker because Dofi has greater combat ability compared to what we've seen for Cracker. I cannot say the same thing from Smoothie, who has a higher rank than Cracker. I can't say that. I can't say that at all. All right, she's the second of the three commanders. She outranks Cracker, just how Cracker outranks Snacks. Big Mom sent Cracker to deal with Snacks, and even though Roche could beat Snacks, he got schooled by Cracker.
Oh,
So,
come on.
got jumped
That's
behind,
not
man.
fair.
what do you mean? What do you?
That was
so-
right
Jump
after.
behind.
Dude, listen, all I'm saying is that the anime,
Nah, man,
this
he
dude
got
was
jumped
in this dude. All I'm saying
My
is
boy
that this
got
dude,
jumped, yo. Come on
this
now.
dude,
It's like
he
came right after yo.
this dude was in his this dude was in his
Yeah.
main big cracker body, and what he said was, "Is that all you have, Mad Monk, or the Kaiju of the
snack on the
Rouge?"
cracker.
And then he just bodied him. Quick.
That's all you need to know.
Alright?
Rouge is trash, bro.
What you're
Wait a
doing-
minute.
Yo, wait a second.
Snack over cracker.
What you're doing right now, would say that the army fodderized Luffy because they attacked him after his fight with Cracker and with Sanji.
Even though Bobbin is stronger than Luffy.
No,
That's
okay, hold on. Well, hold
Why
on.
is
Okay,
Bobbin
hold
not
on.
on our list.
Hold on, wait. What the fuck is Bobbin? No. Okay, no. Listen.
Talking about that.
Clearly I'm being coy. Like, I'm not taking that seriously, right? Like, we don't know what happened. Like, no, my whole thing with Cracker and Uroge, Snacks and Uroge, is that we have no idea what happened in context. We have no idea how Uroge actually beat Snacks. We have no idea. I don't know.
Do you guys think
That's
we'll actually
what I'm
find
saying.
out?
I don't know.
sometime
I'll
I mean,
like
to be
to.
fair, we
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
We don't
I
know
don't
if Rouge's entire crew jumps.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
Will control the shit of us.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a Rouge over Joe's with one arm,
No,
bro.
listen. I agree.
How do we? But like that's the thing. How do we know Rouge didn't just jump Snack with his crew?
King, I agree.
Because a Rouge is that guy? What do you mean?
No.
trying to make
Wait
levels
a second.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a
Stop.
second.
Hold on. Wait. Matt.
Let me touch on this. Okay, I agree with you, King, to a certain extent, because whenever it's reported that Luffy defeated Cracker, they don't say that Nami was there, and they don't say that Nami also had a Vivre card
Yeah.
that was
that's a
going
good point.
against the whole homies. So yes, I agree in like with a certain extent that Rouge, we don't know what happened, we don't know the context, but the fact still matters is that he's credited with taking out a commander. So
Yep.
give him credit.
That's it.
Yeah. No. Listen.
Hey, you have to remember too, they used to be the four
listen, I'm
generals, and
giving
when
it-
he got taken out after Cracker gone, they became the three sweet generals after that point.
So
Listen.
technically, you took out what Jozu's equivalent.
Listen.
So
Hold on.
basically,
wait.
basically what happens is Rouge took out the third, and Cracker got moved to the third spot.
Oh, wait, hold on. Listen, I will give Uroge, I give Uroge credit for beating Snacks. It's a matter of how much credit. do you give.
Exactly.
That's
All
my
of
issue.
it.
There's only a
No,
certain amount of.
I
But
can't.
it,
He
no, but
did
until,
himself.
until you know more in the story, I
No,
feel you know he won.
no.
That's all he was
No,
saying.
Nah, he did it himself, man.
No,
You gotta give him his full credit until proven otherwise.
No.
Wait, hold on. I actually have
saying that I give Uroge full credit because he beat Snacks is like saying, well, I'm gonna put Greenblood number one because he's an animal.
No, that's
It's like,
not.
Yes. I'm not.
Okay,
I can't.
King. If somebody comes to you and say these two dudes was fighting and that dude beat him, but you didn't see the fight, until you know exactly what happened, you'd have to say that dude won.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he won. I'm
You
not.
can't take his half credit away. You can't give him half
No.
credit.
Listen, dude, I'm giving him credit,
Style
but I'm not
points.
gonna. But I am
Style
not gonna
points.
say that
We
he
know Rouge-
beat him in
we
a
know Rouge-
one-on-one with nobody else around him. I'm not gonna say that. I have no idea what happened. Okay, we have no idea what happened. We don't know the context. The context matters. So
I mean,
feel
Bruce-
like
That's
So-
like that
so-
Kainu Aokiji argument you had.
No.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm
Bruce-
saying,
No,
but
no.
You
The
gotta go with
Aokiji,
you
no.
know.
No. The Aokiji kind of argument is simply put a power matchup between those two, one being superior over the other, but for some reason we're disregarding the effect that the other has in the environment itself because the environment is to his advantage. I mean, that's
I thought
why
they did
Aokiji,
put Kazan for a neutral environment. Wasn't that the whole point?
and he tied him geologically, and with a disadvantage he did. With a disadvantage he
He
did.
lost. He lost.
Yes,
I mean, like,
he
really gave him
lost.
credit, though,
I
too.
know.
He knew he was
I
weaker. That's the
know.
law. That's the law.
Dude, no. Oh my,
That is not the law.
That's
This is
crazy.
like this is like King of
That's
Lightning was saying earlier. He said it like 4
crazy.
times. He said, "I hate these Dragon Ball Super power
Oh,
skills."
that-
that's
thank
not
you.
even, that's not even Dragon Ball. That's anything. If you lose a fight,
No.
Oh, okay, so
What?
hold on.
What?
Wait, bro.
if it's a
One Piece
what?
isn't like that though.
If it's
You
a
don't even
what?
believe that. You don't even believe that yourself, bro. If
Yes,
Conor
I do.
McGregor, no, if Conor is Conor McGregor a worse MMA fighter than Floyd Mayweather?
No, he's a better MMA fighter. But
Yeah,
they-
but he lost to him in a
but
fight. He
they
lost to him
fought
in a fight.
boxing match. He's a
Yeah, where he was at a
Well, here's
disadvantage.
the-
yeah,
thank
Floyd
you.
is a better boxer than him.
Because
Yeah,
he,
he was
exactly.
at a disadvantage and he lost. It's not as
Exactly.
just as cut and dry as, oh, this person beat this person.
But he's still a
Context-
better boxer.
Context matters.
than a boxing-
Context matters.
Context
Doesn't
Doesn't matter.
matters.
Doesn't
does,
matter
man.
that they were on an island surrounded by water that Aokiji can manipulate.
But they fought on the island, and they both manipulated the water itself. Okay, you have fire on one side, permanent fire seas. Remember that whole scene where you have the sea whales, like the comic of a shit, when they first hit the New World, like the ocean's on fire? That was Akainu's doing. and then the other side you have these these ice caps and shit like that. But the main battlefield was on Punk Hazard. As far as you know, there existed no lake previously. The end result was a lake that the island literally split in half as a result of their fight. The seas flooded in.
How many excuses y'all come up with? Y'all won't give Luffy these excuses though. Y'all won't say, "Oh, the only reason Luffy lost is because he had the time limit on his Gear 4." Y'all won't give him that same credit.
No, Dustin, that's
but
crazy.
But y'all use that against him or use that for other people.
Because, no. Because first of all, we know the full context of Luffy's battles. We don't know the full context of the battle between Aokiji and Akainu.
Oh, yes, we do.
No,
we
don't.
Akainu won, Aokiji lost.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No. Yep. We give Akainu. No, we don't. Right. No, we don't.
Aokiji lost a leg.
Yeah. Aokiji lost a leg.
Anything.
Exactly.
So,
Aokiji lost a leg.
I kind of lost what half.
Whole kind of jump on
Who
the sky.
knows? But
he made him jump off the island.
But the fact of the matter is that we don't know the full context. We just don't know the full context of that fight. But obviously, when it comes to Aokiji, when you look at the circumstances of his ability and how his ability can be used in the water, which is a water world, he dominates that. No other character comes close except for either A, Whitebeard, or now Blackbeard and his Girl no Mi, and then B, potentially Fujitora, because Fujitora that's not overhyped.
Yeah, that's cool. What is he doing with the water? What is he doing with the water exam?
We have discussed this so many times, bro. I said it too many times already.
Wait, he's using that, putting the ice on the water, and he's throwing it at Akainu, right?
No, dude.
That's a snowball fight.
No. What I'm talking about
I'm just trying to see how much does him like manipulating the water? How does that affect?
We're talking about literally area of effect, dude. We're talking about literally area effect, which is the second one of destructive capability. I've said before a million times, he literally can freeze hundreds of miles icebergs thick, dude. And anything,
bro,
anything. What do you think the world of One Piece is? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is
what I'm saying.
What?
If we talk about where lava comes from, it comes from the earth.
Right, yeah, but
Akainu does have access to like.
No way. We don't know that.
Imagine if Aokiji was with the Straw Hats right now. He would literally just freeze the entire ocean around them and probably fuck up other ships. If they don't have anything to counteract that,
and if they have Akainu on the other side, he would melt it.
Okay, no, but Pero Spero's a fucking god with his fruit. But are you saying he's gonna be on certain top tier levels? Come on, bro.
What?
No, come on now.
Like that's what I'm saying.
No,
that's some of the same shit to the sea that Aokiji can curse for. He can turn that shit into candy, cover that shit with candy.
Bro, he controls candy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all use certain shit. Y'all select certain shit, bro.
No, it's because of the potency between magma and ice. There's no potency with candy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of overkill.
Okay, it was already established in the story that Ace and Aokiji, when they fought, their abilities counteracted each other. So the fire was extinguished, but the ice was evaporated. The same things now apply to magma, because in the world of One Piece, magma supersedes fire and heat. That's why he burned Ace. Aokiji is automatically at a disadvantage from that standpoint alone, because the coldest ice that he can make is not as potent as the hottest magma Akainu can deliver.
You giving them excuses already, bro.
That's not an excuse. It's in the story. It's in the story.
It is. I mean, what if Aokiji got like absolute zero or something?
That's what I'm saying. What's the point of even fighting if you're gonna give them all an excuse?
Okay, wait, hold on. But that's what I'm saying. When you look at what the actual story has shown, we don't know that. I'm not gonna give Aokiji absolute zero, just how you shouldn't give Akainu geothermal massive capabilities. I'm not going to do that.
But the thing is, we saw Katakuri like basically manipulate the mirror world
with an awakening as a paramecium. Hold on, Brago. We have no idea if Aokiji or Akainu are awakened Logia. We have no idea what an awakened Logia even does.
Very, very heavily implied.
No idea. Okay, fair enough.
I think Punk Hazard is an indication of that.
Potentially.
You putting Aokiji in a win though.
No, I'm not. Because no, Dustin.
Just go overlook it, but
no, Dustin.
You're praising him, but if he loses, he got all these excuses why he lost.
No, Dustin, that's wrong. Because I already told you 1.5 times in a one-on-one fight, Aokiji loses to Akainu.
But
I've
you're giving
already
him
said that.
excuses. You're not giving Akainu his full credit. It's like you're putting an asterisk
What
by
do
it
you
because
mean?
he got
I'm
his
giving.
advantages
I'm
over him.
no.
That's why he beat him.
That's crazy. I didn't say he had. Listen. You have a power that literally, like with Luffy and Enel, his power supersedes him from an elemental standpoint. The ice of Aokiji loses to the magma of Akainu. It does. Because Ace and Aokiji, they tie. That was shown in story. Aokiji, Ace, they tie. Aokiji, Ace, and Akainu wins from a heat standpoint. There's no negating that. That's just a fact. That was shown in story. Therefore, when Aokiji fights against Akainu, he's at a
you should be able to
disadvantage.
overcome your weakness.
That's true.
Dude,
That's what I'm saying. You can't give a guy an automatic excuse
What?
just because he has a disadvantage.
no.
That's just a ridiculous statement.
How is that a ridiculous statement? Just because you say something that's ridiculous doesn't mean the shit is ridiculous, bro.
No.
You want me to
Listen.
explain why it's ridiculous?
No, but the thing is, I feel like the higher you are in the top tier, it's like you have less excuses.
Wait,
regardless.
hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, stop.
Fam, you can't say somebody's top 5 in the verse and give them all
Bro,
these
you guys
excuses.
are acting
I'm
like
not
the King
giving
Lady
you-
thinks that Akainu is like complete trash and that Aokiji is like leagues above him. He literally said that Aokiji, he put him one spot above Akainu.
Literally, the moral of the story is matchups matter. Like you guys are
Thank
missing.
you.
Like,
I'm saying
like the
the
matchups matter. Like you guys are missing the point.
Matchups matter. It matters less the higher you are.
I agree with
No,
that.
no. Matchups matter more the higher you are.
How?
Because
The higher you are, the more skilled you should be to overcome that.
No.
Exactly.
Listen, look at Luffy and Cracker. That's a perfect example of a matchup.
Those aren't the top tiers.
No. Come on, Brago. Okay, they're not top tiers, but they're
Top tiers,
strong-
regardless of like the devil fruit weakness, they're gonna find a way to supplement that. That's how the top tiers fight. That's why they're top
Bro,
tiers.
but what I'm saying is that look, matchups matter no matter how you look at it. No matter
matters
if it's
more
low-
if you're, like, in the East
No
Blue.
matter if it's low tier, no matter if it's mid tier, no matter if it's bottom of
No,
top
no,
tier.
I'm
or
not
at the
saying it
top of
doesn't
the
matter,
top.
but it matters less.
Exactly.
overall
Matchups
matchup
matter, but matchups are not absolute.
Bro, it matters less.
Okay, this is also the point of the moral of the story. Like,
into effect. Like, look, I just gave you a prime example. Look at Cracker and look at Luffy. Under no circumstances would Luffy be able to beat Cracker because of his devil fruit and because of the way that Luffy
Yes, he
uses
would.
his. No,
If
no,
Luffy
not
had a better,
1v1,
if Luffy
not
had more
1v1.
control of Gear Fourth, so
not
when
one
Luffy
v
grows,
one.
no, when Luffy
At
grows,
right now, I'm talking about right now,
that's what I'm
Brago. Right
saying.
now.
That's what I'm saying. As Luffy grows, the higher he grows, the matchup
But
is
we're
going to
not
matter
talking about
less.
Luffy growing. We're
No,
talking
no,
about, wait. This list top 30. Hold on. Let me refresh your memories here. This top 30 list was as of the end of 2017. I'm not talking about 2018 or 2019 or 2020, 21, 22, however long. We're talking about at the end of 2017.
Right now, yeah.
Right now, all right? When you look at One Piece right now, Luffy does not have the raw stamina or the power, as far as we can tell, to actually break through an infinite body of Cracker clones, each of them rocking durability and strength compared to a Gear 3 Luffy. Come on, dude. Cracker can just sit there and clap these into existence. An army of them. And just clap.
It's not going anywhere. Like, look, Luffy had to have Nami soften and up the freaking
Exactly.
biscuits for him to even take care of them. Like, people try to downplay Nami's role in that fight when it was like it was crazy. She had one of the biggest roles.
yeah,
in the
and
fight.
I always have to point this out too, because people don't simply understand this. It wasn't even the fact that she simply just softened them, because even if she softened them and Luffy was just breaking them, I still don't think that would have been enough for him to win. He had to eat them and then like come up with like this random form that he like made up off of probably.
Yeah, 'cause he's not eating them in his like, full form.
But y'all give Cracker too much of an excuse. If Cracker's a top tier in the Yonko's crew, he should be able to overcome something like that. He should have other options. Because you look at Katakuri, if you overcome if you overcome Katakuri's observation site, that's not all he has in his bag.
Okay, but
but
Dustin, let me ask you a question. How do you overcome someone literally nerfing your devil
Seen
fruit?
him use his sword at the start of the fight. That's not his only way of attacking he had, but that's all he used for 11 hours.
It's his primary way of fighting.
That's his most comfortable way of fighting.
No, that's his primary way of
That's his
fighting.
most comfortable way of fighting.
He stated it, Dustin.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
literally says, I make these things and I hide in my fucking biscuits so that I can do this.
We
right?
seen this nigga cut his gear fourth hockey with his blade. This nigga has other offensive capabilities. Come on,
Yeah,
fam.
but I said this is his primary one. I'm not saying
That's just defense. That's him using his
Now,
offensive.
to be fair, we all killed Cracker because Cracker can overcome that. We do. Right? You're saying how can Nami and the homies stop Cracker if he's so good at using his double fruit? We do kill him for that.
Whoa, no. But this is the thing. Nami literally nerfed Cracker's devil fruit to the point to where he couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, so that's all he. Wait, I'm just saying that's all he can do
No,
is
that's
use his
not-
double.
I mean,
No,
that's how
okay,
Luffy survived for 11 hours.
Wait,
so.
wait, hold on. So then the comparison would be, okay, so when you look at that, it's similar to NL and Luffy. After Luffy couldn't get damage by NL's attacks, which is his major form of capability, then we have to look at the rest of Cracker's and NL's combat repertoire. So
Right.
NL figured out that he could pierce Luffy, but now it comes a matter of, okay, I don't have to deal with his primary source of power. Now it comes the secondary source of power, which is nowhere near as good as the primary source. So, for example, when you have someone like Law's room is literally his primary source of combat ability. But Law's hockey game is nowhere near as good as his room. If you can negate his room, all you're gonna deal with is his hockey game and his his physical strength and his speed.
But they also
And
said
that's
Law
it.
is skilled. Law is skilled at every fighting style, pretty much.
Well, yeah,
Well,
no,
they said-
but
that-
Law
that's
hasn't
what they
shown.
said.
But Law hasn't shown Cambodian
Luffy
hockey
look-
or armor hockey that's of the same tier as his room abilities. So you see what I'm saying?
Luke-
So
Yeah.
the example here would be when you have someone like, let's say, Crocodile. Crocodile, physically speaking, is nowhere near as good as Luffy. It's the devil fruit power that makes him absolutely ferocious from an overall combatability standpoint. That's the whole point here. So you're basically, the nerf matters, Dustin, because you're literally avoiding the most potent abilities of that character. That
But
is
the
like
reason it doesn't matter
that-
because Luffy also commented how Cracker had one of the greatest armament hockeys he ever faced.
he did, yes.
You have other as a top tier is what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
is
no,
as
no,
a
no,
top
no.
tier in
Wait,
the
hold
first,
on,
you should have
wait.
other skills. You shouldn't be relying in one area.
But hockey is another component of his ability. You're also ignoring his inability to take damage because he himself said, "I don't like taking pain. I can't handle
But
that
see,
shit well."
You're using that.
He-
That's not an excuse, fam. It's not my fault in the fight that you
He
can't take pain.
says
hold on.
it himself.
Oh my
What do you
God.
mean excuse? It's in the story. It's literally in the story, Dustin.
But you can't take that away from Luffy because somebody can't take pain in the
Okay, but
fight.
the thing
That's
is-
part of fighting.
Okay,
That's
hold
part
on.
of his
It's a
character,
part of
though.
the fight. What do you mean
This
take away from
argument is
Luffy?
like
You
so
can't take that
frustrating.
away from
Yeah,
Luffy.
but that's not taking away from Luffy.
Okay, hold on.
That's
One side, is
Cracker's
saying, one side is saying that Cracker got nerfed, and then Dustin is saying, well, Cracker should have done more. Like, that's not an argument.
Yeah, it is an argument because he could have did more. He's shown that he could do more. If you have the ability to do more, then why not do more?
Okay,
why
if we're
sit and
saying that
wait for 11 hours?
Luffy could not beat Cracker on his own, and that he needed Nami to win in the battle, and then you're saying, well, Cracker should have done more. That's not an argument.
That is an argument. Just because you say it's not an argument doesn't mean it's not an argument, my nigga.
That has nothing. That doesn't refute what anyone's saying.
You're saying that because of the only reason not Luffy beat Cracker was because of Nami. She nerfed his main way. He had other ways of if something is not working, and you have other ways of doing something, then you should use it. If Katakuri's observation hockey doesn't work, it's not oh shit. Well, I'm fucked. He has other ways to beat this nigga.
Yeah, but if two people are on the same level, and then you nerf that person, you can't just say, oh, this person should have done better. It's like, no, he got nerfed in the first place.
Yeah, but he has other ways to fight. Just like the same thing with a nail.
Doesn't matter if you nerf his best ability.
Try to take away Luffy's victory from a nail when a nail legit said just because you nerf me don't
Okay.
mean I can't beat you.
All right. So consider this, and maybe this will help you out. Just think about it for a second, right? So let's say you have someone that is really skilled at doing one thing, but they're not so skilled at doing another thing. So from the standpoint of, let's say, the ability, if you nerf a certain character's ability, their primary ability, they have to rely on their other abilities to get the job done. And those other abilities, Luffy can supersede. Luffy can be stronger than Crocodile physically, and therefore, if Luffy brings the fight down to a physical matchup because he's using water, then Luffy's going to win that fight. But the fight has to be brought down to Luffy's level in order for Luffy to win that fight.
Yeah, like for
That's
example,
why he won against NL.
just to
That's why he won against Cracker. That's who he's going to win against Katakuri.
Just to use a quick example, like, let's say, just in a hypothetical, Eustace Kid fights Zoro, right? And then Eustace Kid, he takes Zoro's swords away and he breaks all of them or whatever, right? and then him and Zoro fight in a high diff fight, and then he beat Zoro. I'm not gonna say that. I would say 100% that Zoro is on an overall combat standpoint stronger than Kid because he almost beat him without his swords.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's it.
Because in that specific matchup, Eustace Kid is like one of the only characters in the entire verse that can just take your swords away.
Yeah.
It's like we're not.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
main
not.
component.
I'm not giving excuse.
That's a good analogy
like,
right there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Good shit,
I
Pooh.
know because like we're not giving Zoro excuses. We're not giving Zoro an excuse. Like, no. Like it's actually a very good analogy, I think, because like when it comes to the excuse, it's not an excuse for the character that lost the fight. It's the reality of the fight itself because of the matchup. I mean that's
it's
what
not
it is.
the reality when you're leaving out parts that actually was showcased in the fight.
He just
You're
said
saying
that
Zoro
Zoro doesn't have his main weapon. Zoro has to use his fist in a fight. And then,
but we don't even know. I'm saying, but that's a hypothetical. We don't even know if Zoro will be able to.
It was just an example.
No, it's an example. It's an example.
But you're talking about the reality of the matter. Then let's use the reality of the matter with the Cracker fight. He had other powers at his disposal that he didn't
but
use.
the thing, Dustin, you just missed what he was saying.
You missed it, bro.
He just said that he took away Zoro. Well, in this situation, Cracker's ability got taken away. His Devil Fruit. That's his primary fighting ability. It's like taking away Zoro's swords. That's his primary fighting ability.
Yeah.
If he has to rely on.
No, it's not. When
Zoro's
you,
still strong, right?
What do you keep? What you're you're missing the point because I keep telling you that he showed other abilities that he could was a proficient
Dustin.
Yes, but you're assuming that
no one
those
is missing that.
are better than his Devil Fruit.
Exactly.
He cut
Exactly.
Gear 4 hockey that we never seen any. Oh my god.
That's not better than him making an infinite.
Bro.
That's not better than him making. No. Him cutting through Gear 4 armor hockey is nor even close to as good as making an infinite army of Biscuit clones. I mean, that's impossible. How can you compare?
Like a deep cut. What do you mean? He sliced through this man's hockey.
That
it wasn't a great.
Slicing through Virgo's hockey. Listen, slicing through hockey is not comparable to making an infinite number of Biscuit clones.
Avi, hold on, let me say something really quick. Obviously, Cracker has good combat abilities outside of his Devil Fruit, and he showcased that, like you said. But when you take away his best ability through a nerf, when it wasn't even if Luffy nerfed Cracker, it might have even been a different story. But it wasn't even Luffy that nerfed Cracker by himself, so it's still hard to give it to Luffy in that position anyway.
You can't even say that it's his best ability. That could be his most comfortable.
Yes, I can.
His most comfortable fighting style. Just like Katakuri's observation hockey is his most comfortable fighting style, but it doesn't mean that's his best.
What is swordsmanship to Zoro? His best fighting style or his most comfortable?
That's his only fighting style. That's the only his fight. We don't see Zoro fight with his hands.
Yes, we have. I guess we have. We have seen him use no sword style before.
He can actually use one sword, two sword, and three sword style.
Yeah.
So
and also zero sword
and
style.
One hand.
Yeah.
And he has ornament hockey and observation hockey.
Yep. He can adapt, but it's if you
You
were
did
to
no hands.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about honorable mentions now, or?
Just one more thing before we go.
No, I'm gonna just say something. I'm gonna just say something about that, and then I'm gonna dip out.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta.
No doubt.
I need to finish up my Christmas trees. But anyways.
Wait, what?
In 2018, bro? 2018? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you skip Christmas this year.
No, I said finish up my Christmas trees.
Yeah, you taking them down?
Come on, people. Y'all are smarter than this.
I don't think he's taking down any Christmas trees, bro.
No, can I ask one more question?
Laying some Christmas trees.
No. Come on, go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I got you. Taking down the trees, not doing anything else.
I said no, Fruit. You cannot ask the question.
Yeah, your question is gonna.
It's a quick question. Who is the MVP of the NBA 2017 Finals?
Stop it!
Brago, just answer the question.
Yikes.
Stop it!
The NBA 2017 Finals.
Yeah.
Oh, Parajal.
It was LeBron James.
Anyways, all right. Anyways, so
and he lost.
I forgot to put Nekomamushi in there. I forgot to put Inarashi in there. If you want to factor in, if you want to factor in Weevil based off potential, I'd put Weevil in there. Let's see who else based off potential. Hancock is pretty much based off potential and based off like given what the story has provided. The Gorosei you could base them, off potential, I'd
The
probably
Pirate King level.
Yeah, apparently.
I wouldn't say Pirate King level. I give him.
Is it Pirate King level?
I'd give them. I'd give like 2 of them, like Admiral level. I don't think all of them are gonna be Admiral level, but
Why only 2 of them, yo?
Yeah, the monk.
What's up with that?
Roll the sword and a blonde one.
no. because I think that there's gonna be levels in between them themselves, respectively.
Who's the leader of them?
I don't think
So
they're
there's
all.
low tier,
Oh, the guy with the sword, bro.
I don't
sword
care
dude?
Gorosei level.
The sword dude and the blonde Gorosei. I think a blonde
The
Gorosei.
monk.
Blanco says Sanji's dad, remember?
Yeah.
And Fujisawa is a zombie from
Shout
the
out to
future.
Drago.
Judge isn't the real guy. Judge is
So you factor in that, then you factor in that nameless commander that we've been seeing in the Revolutionary Army. He's probably gonna be up there.
Oh, the Crow Man? Yeah.
In the terms of in the terms of
They're selling
in
that
terms of
theory.
strength. I don't know who else. I don't know who else. Maybe Kobe. You could possibly put Kobe because I think.
Kobe,
I
top
think-
30?
Oh no.
Wait, for an honorable mention?
Listen, I
Yeah,
think
get smoked in
Kobe. I figure when Kobe's gonna be
Better be there.
reintroduced.
Diamond better be in that shit.
I figure when Kobe's gonna be reintroduced back to the story, it's gonna be. It's
Probably gonna get one
big.
shot again by Luffy.
It's-
One shot again, yo.
If that happens again, bro. Oh my god.
He ain't getting one shot at again.
Nah, he should.
I can totally see
It's
it
probably
happening.
gonna be a little
Nah,
bit
none
funny.
of that.
Yeah.
So
If he gets one shot, Matt.
Nah, I think when we see him again, he's gonna be on
All right, hold
wait,
on.
wait,
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 par?
the calamities,
Wait, hold on.
the calamities from
Let me finish,
Kaido's
'cause then he
crew.
goes through
the
the
Christians,
on par with
the-
basically.
Wait,
Wait,
okay,
wait a
wait.
second.
Let him go through stuff because then he goes through. I
the
need to the nations.
calamities, the calamities of Kaido's crew. So the king, possibly the shogun would be top 30, I would assume.
I'm about to go through all the One Piece characters. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, no.
Let's get to the eliminations, man.
That's it. I'll leave it.
I'm about to list out Big Mom, Screw Daifuku, Oven.
Yeah. Snack had potential. And
Y'all said honorable mention, so
Pedro, if he comes back.
No.
he go 5 honorable. He go 100.
Carrot.
let's throw it out there already.
Long.
All right, so Matt, you out there?
That's who got more characters.
And Morgan,
Nah,
don't forget.
nah.
Cool. So, all right, so.
I'll stick around a little bit.
Cool. So let me get to the rest of these. So let me get to the rest of these donations. So we have putting over. So we have putting over Nami, who donated $5 to super chat.
What?
What?
Yeah, putting over
Are
Nami
you
donated
tricking the
5.
shit out of me?
Right?
That's the name.
Discrepancy.
Yeah, they need to drop the series.
Discrepancy in everyone's list. Marco versus Katakuri. In the greater verse, nothing can stop Marco's regeneration except Sea Prism Stone and Blackbeard. Okay.
Well, it's not infinite, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it
not-
has a
it's
limit,
not
so
the limit.
exactly.
And plus, Katakuri can also seal. He doesn't have to beat him
Yeah.
up. Like, he can use motion to kind of stop
They
him, too.
both are gonna be like missing each other. Well, Marco is taking damage, but
Can water turn off Marco's flames? Water?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
The Sea Prism
Probably.
Stone. Sea Prism Stone
Sea
did,
water,
right?
yeah.
Sea
Yes.
Prism water.
Yeah, water
Yeah, Sea
probably
Prism
works
Stone
as
did
well.
it. So
Oh,
yeah,
do you give him
water
a top
would-
30?
So Katakuri, in essence, could
Katakuri would probably.
like-
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
I mean, yeah, he's top
All
3, yeah.
So, Madi Monk donating $1 said we need to have Dustin and Irvin in the same stream at some point. And have
I've been hearing
them
about this
discuss
Irvin
this
guy. I don't know who
Who's
Irvin
Irvin?
is. I've been hearing
Ir-
about him.
Irvin is old school, like old school.
Oh, my.
You know, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Longer than that.
Yeah,
like,
longer than that. Yeah.
4 years.
Oh, what's his bounty?
Well, Irvin's notorious. Irvin's notorious from saying that Suigetsu from Naruto could soul the One Piece verse. And,
So-
Yeah, I'm claiming that.
So he gets. What? Oh, okay.
Nah,
Okay.
nah,
So we get to
never
So he
mind,
gets
never
to-
mind.
the water dude.
yeah,
you know what it reminded me of. I don't know.
He
who
might
was-
be on
I
something.
don't know who's a part of. I don't know who's a part of Brago's. I don't know who's a part of Brago's like cancerous Discord at one point. But there was people in there that were saying that Kisame, that Kakashi, that these characters in Naruto, because they could use water jutsu, that they could solo everyone in there.
Yeah, that's like 3-piece.
oh boy, bro. Oh, that's
They don't even have the
not-
durability to.
Yo,
get
it
to-
was
Brago, what are
crazy.
you doing,
It
yo?
was
I don't
so-
know, man.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, oh my
So,
Listen,
Out of everybody, bring a Madara.
Yeah.
here we have
Suigetsu.
Tombkeeper 13 donated $20 to Super Chat said Katakuri's been getting worn down in this fight, just like Luffy has been. The only difference between the two is that Luffy is getting a chance to rest and recuperate properly. That's just $20 right there. Horace Smith donated $2. King Kong gun solos both Dopey and Cracker.
Cool.
Right.
That's $20 right there.
That's $20 right there. Yeah.
He's like, hold the money.
You just counting it out like.
We have Will of Z. Okay, with EEs. Hey, right there. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. These lists trash, but that's just me. All right, bro. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Okay.
Hey, my list is
Alright,
top
okay.
3.
Shout out to Willie Z.
Yeah, shout out to
Horace again donate $10 through Super Chat. Magma is 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Akainu has more destructive power and environmental impact than Aokiji. Assuming that the power level output is similar, Akainu has more destructive power within the One Piece verse. That's not true. That's not possible. That's not possible. And that's not possible because again, the One Piece is a world, not a land world. It's not continent oriented. Aokiji dominates that. I'm just saying.
But they go to islands all.
Yeah, and then we saw what happened. They tied on the islands, and he has an
I'm saying
advantage.
that's like of course. Like, I don't
Yeah, well,
Yeah, if Aokiji was submerged in the water, he would have done a lot better.
Oh God.
not even, man. Not even, bro.
That's facts, though.
Aokiji
Not
Jimbo now.
even. Not even.
Aokiji knows Fishman karate.
Like we haven't had a water pirate battle.
Yeah, we haven't had like
I mean,
naval
we're kind of
battles,
having one
so-
right now.
Yeah, but say like we have one right now. Like, let's do it.
I mean, but to the magnitude where like huge ass
Kainu
armies
is
and
big
shit.
bomb.
Yeah, I mean, this happens quite readily. I mean, major battles, no, but even still.
I mean, just to say something really quick, I feel like they probably happen a lot. It's just Oda doesn't draw them because it's kind of hard to draw a battle like that within such a small space.
Yeah, I
And
feel
make
like
it
Wano,
epic.
we're gonna get that for sure. Then
Didn't he say he wanted more of those?
Yeah,
yeah, he said by Wano we're gonna get it.
Kind of capture the essence of the pirate world again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is too late, Oda.
yeah, we're already
Right,
Naruto
we don't care about
level
this shit.
shit.
Westfire donated 5, giving Roche full credit for beating Snacks when we don't know how is like saying Luffy could beat Dofi 1v1 because he's already beat him once. It's context. Luffy can beat Dofi with outside help. Can't give Monk full credit without knowing the context of how. I like that, obviously, no doubt. Yeah, I like that outfit. It's
Listen,
Let's
man.
not get back there.
So we have
Man, I wanna see
we have
King
King
Rouge Gang.
KP96 donated $2 through Super Chat, said everything Dustin said is saying is insane. Just let it be known. KKP and thoughts on Dustin.
Thank you for your promo, fam. Appreciate it.
Then we have
Yeah, that money's going
Shout out to
Shout
Dustin.
out.
Shout out to Dustin. Dustin React. Check it out on
Shout
the
out to
channel.
Lil-
Yeah. We have Eat Dirt donated $5 to Super Chat. You guys should do a fantasy league where y'all are general managers. You draft any character you want to be in your crew and explain why your crew is the best. All right. Then we have Calvin.
If we
That
do
was
that,
Grim's idea.
Then
if
we have,
we do that, I would have.
plug out here, yo.
then we have Calvin donated $2.
That's Grim.
Calvin, let it be known we lit BDA gang.
Hey,
Okay?
get in here.
Right?
Gang, gang,
Yeah,
gang,
yeah,
gang.
yeah.
Gang.
Get him out of here.
And
Let's
then
go.
Kadeem donated $2. Fujitora makes it rain meteorites while he's eating ramen. All right, fine, fair enough. I mean, yeah.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah, top
facts,
5.
facts.
Wait, don't be casually like brush those aside. Get out of here.
Yeah, but he's eating ramen.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's eating ramen,
he's,
bro.
he's
So
eating ramen,
kinda-
though, dude.
You and ramen, that's top
Effort
3.
in that attack, bro.
The context,
Top 3
bro.
feet.
Okay, but Dofi, wait, Dofi didn't have to move.
Was
when he
Dolphy ramen?
What'd you say?
Dofi wouldn't have to
Dofi.
move. When he's awakening.
Maybe if Dofi was like fucking Viola, maybe we talk.
I
But
mean, he's
Yeah,
eating ramen,
there we
bro.
go.
That's not even comparable, bro.
If he was piping while doing it, okay, I give him credit.
All right, so for honorable mentions,
Wait, was Fuji eating ramen? Was he eating ramen when he brought on meteorites?
yeah, no, it happened I think when he was
That
on
was the
ship,
second
right?
time.
That was the second time.
Yeah,
Second
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Second
yeah.
time. Yeah, second
I
time.
think
He
it's
let
actually
out
moved
2
on.
meteorites, not even 1, bro.
Hey man, that's just removing the gravity from the meteorite. Like that's. Come on.
He's
What
not
if the
removing
ramen
any
bowl is
gravity.
actually the devil fruit?
Yes, he
The
is.
ramen bowl is a double fruit.
He's attracting the gravity.
But like, you have to wonder though, like, where the fuck is he putting those meteorites from in the first place? Like, where the
That's
fuck
a-
that's
The
something that I
sky.
think
Because he has
was-
observation hockey, he can kind of,
Yeah, okay,
determine
but
where
like,
they
this, dude, these are asteroids, like in space. He's pulling
So
down.
Fujitora has
Like
like
how?
world level
Planetary
He has
observation.
like a, he has a magnet.
Like either
so-
that or because like not only is it that
Galaxy
way,
level
he could maybe
observation.
sense the rocks, but also like think about his range too. Like he's pulling this shit from like from like out of the planet's orbit.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
Like,
His gravity
range
is
is
going
stupid.
all the way to space.
Okay, but like,
Yeah, like
to be
it's
fair, like
I don't know.
this is one of those
Nah,
things
bro,
where I feel
that's the
like people
I
take,
don't know.
I feel like people
Don't
take
say that,
things
bro.
too far when they say stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
I
probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
probably.
because he could have just taken away. If we remove the gravity from the meteorites, the same thing is happening.
No,
I think Oda's
but,
literally-
no, but he still has to pull
affecting
them.
gravity that far.
That's what
what
I'm
we're
saying.
saying.
Yeah, he still has to pull them from
Where
that
he's
far
affecting
away.
gravity. Yeah, exactly.
All he has to do is pull them into like the surface level. Like,
But he has to do it in the
yeah.
first place. And what's their range? That's the whole point here. His range could be astronomical because he's literally pulling them from that.
No,
far
no, we're
in
not
space.
questioning his range. I'm questioning what happens like once he like figures out like where the meteorite is.
Well, it rains
Well,
down.
who's
and
it?
People get wiped
And
out.
then it's like, and then him pulling down a meteorite. How's that?
You guys
how
are
is that-
implying
how is
that-
that relative to like One Piece strength?
you guys
God,
are
man.
implying that he could like push someone down with his gravity like 3 islands away. Then I think that's ridiculous.
I mean,
He's
I don't
the
know.
show.
I don't
you have the
know.
uncle.
I don't know.
Maybe he's not that accurate, but at the same time, when he did look all the debris in the entire country, it was like, okay, well,
Yeah, the
let's see what's
meteorite
so
shit is
small
kind of
and
crazy.
big. Yeah, all
He's
I'm
really-
saying is think about it.
He's accurate at pinpointing. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
He's kind of
exactly,
like Katakuri with that. But Katakuri can pinpoint like Gatling, and you can dodge around that. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not really removing the gravity. He's just redirecting where they're falling or where their velocity. It's not that fun. Okay, so let's just go to
At most equals your uncle, whatever.
So let's go.
Because if you just
Pharaoh, come on, yeah.
So when it comes to the honorable mentions,
if you just go down the line or just go.
Wait, hold on. So when it comes to the honorable mentions, all right, I don't know how many folks had Weeble on their list, but I think
I did.
okay, yeah.
I
let's
said
go.
it, yeah.
The problem I have with Weeble is that Weeble right now is all hype. He's really just massive all hype. He could be devastating, but right now I'm not gonna give him anything much than just hype factor. So he's on the list because of hype and hype alone. Zoro and Sanji, you guys know I stand that shit. I think Sanji and Zoro are the same. Like Inuachi and Nekomamushi.
Yeah, Zoro's above. Agree.
What? No, not agree. Not agree. Not agree at all.
No, that was facts.
No, not facts. Not facts at all. Not zero facts on that one. Kid. I think. Listen. Okay. My problem here with Kid is that I think Kid.
Oh man.
Listen. All right. Kid. I'm pretty sure is powerful. All right. I don't doubt it, but I just don't know
Pretty sure.
how and where and what. All we know is that he can manipulate metal. If he's not in the metal environment, I don't know what the fuck happens to Kid. I have no idea what else he has. All right. He just manipulates metal, and
I mean, most people have
That's it.
weapons though.
yeah.
Weapon,
But
yeah.
if he's in an environment where
He's like
there's
the only character that doesn't have a weapon that's like a strong
but,
top tier.
but if he's in an environment where there's no metal around him, what can he do?
He's a
Like his
bloodbender.
power-
But that's very rare. That's
I
very rare.
maybe.
He's a
I'm-
bloodbender.
Isn't there
I'm
iron
not
in your
too
blood?
Sure. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes
but
sense.
can he? But
That could be part of the
can
weakness.
he manipulate that, or can he go that deep?
I mean,
I
the
mean,
thing with
Oda
Kid
wants
is,
to.
based
Fuji's
purely off story portrayal, he has to be one of the strongest supernovas.
Yeah, I mean, Fuji's doing meteorite shit. Kid should be able to do that.
Well, I mean, at this point in time, when it comes to story portrayal, that only applies to them being the 3 captains back then that are actually fighting against the Marines. But right now, when you look at what Brule said, Brule nerfed the fuck out of Kid. Like, yo, like, Kid ran.
Alright,
Rose
so-
actually stayed and meant
Yeah, but we know that bitch is lying.
What? Wait, what?
So I was supposed to say
What?
iron is one of the
Oh,
most.
yeah.
That
Is
bitch is lying.
that
man.
confirmed? Is that confirmed?
I mean, it's
Confirmed?
too late, man.
Iron is located in the Earth's crust, so Kid can manipulate anything.
Oh,
around.
Christ. Okay, listen, man. Listen, until I see a Kainu or let alone Kid start fucking with the Earth's crust, I ain't gonna give anybody no Earth's crust shit. The only nigga doing that is Blackbeard. That's the only motherfucker
Oh
doing
wow!
it.
Upper mantle.
Yeah, that's the only dude. That's the only
no
dude
one's
fucking
pulling
right
anything
now
from the crust,
with
bro.
the Earth's crust.
When
Okay.
Kid comes out like a Nagato.
Yo,
Nah,
he's
bro,
wrong.
Magneto, bro, Magneto.
Yeah,
Big
man.
dogs.
That's not, dude. Like that's like the Earth's fucking like that's like light crust, man. I mean, I'm talking about like crust, like deeper crust, man.
Nah.
Listen, okay, dude,
Come on,
man,
man,
listen,
we're talking
Bro,
about
why
deep
did
crust.
not even
Iron
know
is
that
very
either?
abundant in the
of
Earth's
course
crust.
they are. He affected the entire planet when he was tilting the ocean.
Oh,
Like,
no,
he-
he's affected the wait, did he?
yeah,
Who affected
The
the planet?
entire planet?
yeah.
Who affected the planet?
Yeah,
Whitebeard. When Whitebeard was yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
When
Nah, it's just the
Come
surroundings.
on, bro.
He didn't affect the planet.
No.
They were afraid he would do that. He never did affect the
No.
planet.
When Whitebeard was tilting the ocean, there was actually a panel of some random person on some random sea, like a different sea. Like I think it was either like the North Blue or the South Blue. They said the tremors, they finally stopped after the Battle Marine Ford. Go back and read
Yeah,
the
somebody needs to
chapter.
post the panel.
Go back and
Wasn't
read
that
the
just
chapter.
the tsunamis? That were
No. The tsunamis happened in Juan Archipelago. That was actually near, I think, it was close to the area, yes. But go back to the actual chapters. There's a person, like a father, who's holding his daughter or something of the sort. And they were afraid because they were feeling tremors. And after the battle, I think it was, the tremors finally stopped.
That's crazy.
I swear to go back. It's there.
How far was this? How
I
far
got
was
the
this
volume
island
in
from
my
a
hand.
reef?
It's not stated, but it's an island on an entire. Hold on. But it's an island in an entirely different ocean. It's literally in a different ocean, dude. Literally in a different ocean. Somewhere
We're not
else.
talking
in the
about like
world.
before the war.
No, I'm talking about it was during the war. It was either
Can someone?
during the war
I'll get the
or
volume
it was
up.
during after the war. Something around. But there's a father, and the father says to his, like he was afraid because there were it's in the manga. Thank you, John. Yeah, it's in the manga where literally this guy's like, oh shit, like the tremors they're finally stopped now, and they're in a whole different section of the ocean, like quite literally.
John's creditless.
Now, was that as soon as he started the war, or like in the midway?
I don't know. I mean,
Which
think,
part?
I
You
think
talking about heaven and earth? Is that what you talking about?
No, well, I think it starts around there, but like because of what White People was doing, the tremors were apparently being felt across the entire planet, or it's implied. It's implied at the very least. At the very least, he's multi-continent, if not like half planet, some shit like that. Like, straight up.
It's like
Go to the
continent.
DBZ
I don't
Planetary
disagree
and
that he could
galaxy.
destroy the world. That is
Yeah,
true.
no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no.
At Marineford, I don't think so, but
No, it was there. No, it was. Someone says late 500s.
no. I'm saying Marineford. I don't think you could destroy the world at Marineford.
Yeah, nobody destroying the world in One Piece. Period.
Well, no, like the most we. Well, there's two things. Number one is that the most we get from Whitebeard, according to what Sengoku says, is that he's a life wiper, so he could potentially wipe all life on the planet. Potentially, maybe destroy the planet.
A life wiper.
Over
Yeah, yeah.
time.
Yeah, where is this? Where is that?
Over time. But not in
Is
like
that
a
Goku
single
said that?
attack.
Where is that coming from?
No, hold on. Wait, hold on. Sengoku said that he had the power to destroy the world. So it depends. So it depends on how you read that. It's either A, he
I think
destroyed
he-
the planet itself, or B, he actually wiped all life on the planet.
You could probably cause an earthquake.
I think
Or-
Sengoku was over exaggerating.
He's
though.
exaggerating. Yeah, see, like.
Like
Oh.
destroy the entire planet. Like, come
I
on.
mean, like
Again,
if you put
well,
100% of
no.
your full power into it.
Well, and then we'll see. It depends, because then there's another second to it, and that actually goes to the moons. If the moons were destroyed, how are they destroyed? So potentially speaking, because we haven't seen the One Piece moons, and there's supposed to be 7 moons, but we only see 1 moon in the sky. So what happened to the rest of the One Piece moons?
Ancient weapons?
Maybe, but again, we don't know. Again, like what I'm saying here is that when you look at the fact that Whitebeard tilting the oceans in such a casual way, if you want to call it casual, when he grabbed the atmosphere and he kind of pulled it down, that kind of shit. When he did that, and then throughout the entire Marineford War, because there were people in other parts of the world feeling tremors, literally in other seas, oceans, feeling the tremors of Whitebeard's of whatever he was doing. That would imply that his area of effect, at the very minimum, when he's an old sick man, is multi-continent. In his prime, he's probably planetary area effect wise. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
This is a sick Whitebeard. He's multi-continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait,
I guess what we have to consider here is the damage he's doing, like at these places, because they're saying they're feeling the tremors. They're not really destructive.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 'cause that's what I'm saying. Because this is a Whitebeard who's sick in his prime, and
Yeah.
then potentially speaking, what I'm talking about is he's affecting the entire area of
Okay.
at least several
okay.
continents at the very minimum.
I
Right.
agree with that. Then.
Yeah. So, but that's what he was doing. And then after that, so Armor Legends, we continue here. Rouge, for an obvious reason, and then finally Jinbei. And that's what I have for Armor Mentions. Again, for me, Jinbei, I think there's a difference here when you look at what he can do on land as opposed to water. And on land, he's good, but he's just not good as the Monster Trio. In water, different story. All right, so what do you guys take on the? Well, give out your, if you have them, your honorable mentions to the people.
Mm.
I
Move in
got
order?
Well, Weevil was one of mine.
yeah, Weevil,
My best.
Inuarashi, Nekomamushi.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not my top 30.
It's only because of the Mink form, man.
They're missing limbs, man.
Calamities, the other 2 calamities.
Yeah, but I mean, if they have the Su Long steak, then they're gonna be way more powerful. But that's a transformation.
How long is that lasting?
Yeah, right. Like probably.
Maybe Gear 4th.
Yeah.
I feel like Inarashi and Nakamushi could probably take it for a decent amount of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe an hour or two.
Definitely.
They're like the
Oh.
most more trained ones. Even Pedro, because he's probably more trained than Carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How about
agree.
Lucky Roo?
What?
Lucky
Lucky
Roo?
Roo? Yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from? Rock
Honorable mention, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because you're mentioning.
I thought you were trying to say Lucky Roo is a mink.
No, I'm saying honorable mention. What?
How long
Come on, Come on, fool.
Lucky
But nah,
Roo-
Lucky Roo, I never say was an honorable
The
mention.
thing is, is Lucky Roo like next after Ben Beckman, or is it Yasuo?
Yeah, he should
I'm-
be like
yeah,
a
he should be.
Or is it the guy with
Yasuo's-
the monkey, or the guy with the monkey in his mouth?
I mean,
Nah,
I didn't
I
put,
think that,
Nah,
no, below that.
didn't put Ben Beckman on my list just because of the fact that like there's just so much hype around him and it annoys me. Everyone has like Ben Beckman as like their number
Benny.
one right hand. So it's like,
I mean, the thing is, he told like all those bandits, like, you need a warship to come and test me.
Hey
So
man,
imagine losing saying something
make
to people.
Kizaru back down.
Put a
bro,
gap
we
to
don't take
people.
we don't take pre-time skip feats into account.
Come on.
I mean, Lucky Roo can be a light, so.
Man, if we take pre-time skip feats into account, Shanks just lost to a fucking Sea King.
Wait, Cole, why do you have like Kuma so high without hockey on your list?
Without
Oh,
hockey,
yeah, no,
where did
yeah,
that come from?
Well, I mean, I don't think Kuma necessarily needs hockey because at this point in time, so here's what I made the assumption of. Again, it's assumption, but over time, characters get stronger. I think it applies to Kuma, but only in one aspect, and that's his body. Because I don't think Kuma can train for hockey at this point in time. He's not in the right mental state for that shit.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But I would say that I would say that overall.
Like,
Well, what I'm thinking is that with Kuma, yeah, his durability's probably gotten a little bit better because I think Vegapunk makes some modifications because the dude, after he spent 2 years defending the ship, the Sun Ego, he probably went back to like Marine headquarters and shit like that. So because like, he's a robot, his stamina and his endurance is off the charts. Like, quite literally, 2 years defending the Sun Ego, not even moving that position. That's crazy. So from a stamina standpoint, from an endurance standpoint, he's probably one of the highest in bursts. And also
you
from a
think
durability standpoint,
you think NL could do that?
no, for 2 years, no.
2 years?
No. I don't think anybody can. Honestly, I don't think anybody can stay there for 2 years and defend the ship like that. I think he
Yeah,
can
but
only do
he's
it because he's a
something
robot. Well, no, but he's a robot, like a pseudo android. What do you want to call Kuma right now? But Kuma, his powers are so broken, like in of themselves, that I just can't ignore that because he can reflect quite literally anything with his
Yeah.
patterns.
Would you say like he still has the same mind state going forwed?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
no. I don't think so. I mean, I think that he's still like a robot of sorts, but the fact of the matter is that what that really only affects is his reaction time. His reaction time is now much slower because he has to kind of analyze and process things.
That's a process information.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. But that still does take away his ability to, like, move around really fast. He can still do that. And he can still, I mean, he can reflect, like, let's say the pain out of Luffy's body. Like, he can reflect
My thing is
intangible
like
things
One
like
Piece
that.
is so heavy on will, and right now Kuma doesn't have his own will.
Well, no, it's only having will for certain characters that are, let's say, king tier. Like, that's what's been shown for that case. Where king tier meaning, well, you know, like king tier meaning Congress hockey. Like, they actually have the will to be, you know, like, king. Like, that's what actually really starts to affect.
But
the
will goes
actual
back to like
power.
the basics of hockey as well. So
Uh,
that's what I'm saying.
kind of. I mean, because Congress, well, no, Kambocha hockey is more presence and precognition. While armor
I
hockey
think
is
Kuma's
more
going to be
spirit.
really OP end of the series because you got to think about it this way. Vegapunk's probably going to upgrade the pacifistas to a point to where the
They're not
metal
flying.
is going to be insanely. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, but the metal is going to
Exactly.
probably be insanely better. And also on top of that, it's basically just going to be Kuma with like high durability, and he's going to have Kizaru's lasers.
Yeah, probably
he does
see
that
prism
too,
stuff. He prism like.
Yeah, we haven't seen the new pacifistas.
Yeah,
We've only seen the old
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
And hold on, wait, hold on. Like, let me be very clear because I need to talk to some of these morons and fucking shit. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my!
Listen.
Oh
Like,
my.
listen.
Morons put out the M word.
Put it-
Yeah, well, the morons in
Put in
chat,
money in your pocket.
for some reason, not these guys. Here's the thing. I don't know why we're confusing DC potency and DC area of effect. All right, Whitebeard can affect an area that is at least multi-continent. That doesn't mean he's destroying several continents. All right, we know that back in the past, Chinjiao could shatter the ice sheet continent that was more durable than regular ice. That's some crazy shit. But that's what we know so far that happened in the past. and Garp beat Chin Jiao. That's the only continent thing that we can even have any remote sense of in One Piece. Whitebeard can affect at least several continents with his abilities that was shown in actual canon manga. So there's no debate of that. There is no debate of that. None. Zero. That was shown in canon manga. All right. At the very minimum, he's affecting multiple continents. All right. Consider this for a second. If the entire Marineford area was actually land as opposed to ocean, what the fuck do you think Whitebeard did there? Like, that's nuts. Like, the dude in himself is nutty from an area of effect standpoint. From what he can destroy, potency wise. Yeah. So we can't ignore these things. Like Whitebeard was devastating. Like he could destroy the most in the verse we've seen thus far. And Blackbeard has that shit. And Blackbeard is not sick. All right, he's not super old. All right, he's fresh. He's young. Well, kind of young. He's coming in there hot. So guarantee you when he starts doing the girl shit, it's gonna be even more devastating.
No problem. I agree.
Hey, Brago.
Yeah.
This is unrelated. Offset did it again.
Oh, Offset's a good.
No, he didn't.
He did it again, bro.
Did what?
What do you mean? What do
I don't want to change the conversation. Brago knows what that means.
Oh wow.
I mean, bro, it's a celebrity relationship, bro. We can't really expect anything else of it.
Bro, it happened like last week.
But like I said, like, celebrity relationships are for jokes, bro. Are just jokes, bro.
I mean, he already took an L now in 2018. Like, come on.
Like, Jay-Z and Beyonce, I feel like the only two people that actually have a real relationship.
It's really not an L for him, though.
Y'all think Will and Jada?
Will and Jada?
Yeah.
Hey, Cardi B on that
come
finesse
on, bro.
remix, though.
Who the fuck is Will Smith?
Damn, that's fucked up.
Someone get Fruba the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Okay. So
Gotta call P. Diddy for that
so
black
I
excellence.
think we are good to call it a stream, guys. How's that sound? Does that sound
Yes,
good?
sir.
Look, I want to keep it streamlined because I don't want to go, the 9-hour length here and then start talking about basketball. And,
Yeah, you gotta build the hype up first.
Like now, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it
Keep Blooms
streamlined.
on the battlefield.
We're gonna keep it very streamlined. Give them what they want, and then we.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
One Piece only. One Piece only.
One Piece only, man. That's how it is. Unless it's on Twitch. On Twitch, it's whatever. You guys get the full course. On YouTube, you guys One Piece only. Keep it weeb shit. So Kadeem donated $5 and through super chat. Since hockey is like will, and Corona can drink people's will. Oh shit. Would she in a way negate hockey? That's actually.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She could maybe enhance her
Not
hockey.
Does she
negate.
really
Not,
drain Will?
not
or
negated.
something
Not
else?
negated.
She could enhance
Well,
her
yeah.
own.
She doesn't drain Will, does she?
She's not draining. Well, yeah. She's
well,
removing.
She's probably
still
enhancing
talking
her own
about
hockey.
Well, yeah, not drained, but like she makes you look depressed and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
That's actually
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's,
Hey,
It's like
Spooky
that
be
question
spooky,
is irrelevant. Corona's irrelevant, so it's not.
yeah, I don't think that's a question we're ever gonna get an answer to, anyway. So
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But
so Corona
that
comes
is-
back as like the legend that's been dormant. Other than
Yeah.
It's like the sugar thing. Sugar could be Yonkos. Like, nah, she's irrelevant now.
Yeah. She's chilling in prison, bro.
I hate when people say sugar can be Yonko. That's so stupid.
yeah, it's trash.
What's the kid's
Tell me
name?
it's good, though.
So we're gonna call
Yeah.
it a stream. We're gonna call it a stream. All right. So thanks you guys coming out to the stream as always. Of course there'll be some cool merch in the box below for your YouTube guys, and for your Twitch guys. You guys know where to find that shit.
Yep.
Now in 2 weeks' time, in September, on Sunday the 14th,
Like
the
September.
Reverie Part 3 is gonna happen. We're gonna have a lot of cats there. The only cats that I cannot confirm right now are Sawyer, of course, because Sawyer is, just Dark Horse. in the wind.
Unicorn.
For Never, I hope can come through, but we're not too sure about For Never right now. And then finally, there is One World. Apparently, I hear that he's in the wind too. I'm not too sure about One World.
Hey, Brago, you can get in contact with One World, right?
Can you?
Yeah, Cody's chilling, man.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
chilling.
He ain't worried,
On an
he
island
ain't
right
worried
now.
about. He ain't worried about One Piece.
Okay. Word.
Yeah, he's in paradise.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we got a lot of cats coming to this Reverie 2. It's gonna be a good one, and it'll be part 3. Once again, it's gonna happen Sunday, the 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's gonna be 1 p.m. Pacific time. That's going to be 9 p.m. London UK time. So the London UK cats can't complain. The Germany cats, I think it's gonna be 10 p.m. for you guys, or 11, something like that. So you guys have time. For the Australian cats,
Wait,
for the
Cole,
Saudi
are you
cats.
doing a poll?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the video though. Like I'm not doing this video. I'm gonna do
Okay.
a separate video on Sunday to announce it. Give guys a week to try and pick which questions they would like for us to talk about during the stream,
Cool.
as well as some of the questions I have. You know, talking about what Otis said during the Jump Fest about the living legend, that kind of stuff. We have stuff to talk about. I think the video game stuff too. The One Piece, what's it called? Shit. The new game that came out
World
with the
Seeker.
trailer. Yeah,
One
Seeker.
Piece
that
World
kind of
Seeker.
stuff.
World Seeker?
Yeah, yeah.
World Seeker?
Yeah, that kind of stuff too.
Graphics.
So,
Game.
I know, right? It looks good, honestly. So,
It's
lots
nice.
to talk about. Again, we'll go over that for the video on Sunday. And as usual, guys and gals, thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for the donation. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the Twitch stuff, subscription, that kind of stuff. So, I'm gonna catch you guys and gals later. I'm gonna let these guys sign out in their own way, and then we'll end it the usual. So, whoever wants to go first.
Subscribe to Brago DAs.
There you go.
Subscribe to Brago. Subscribe to
Yeah,
Furs.
check out
Subscribe
Bro's
to
channel.
Bravo DA.
Thanks guys. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to Escape. Subscribe to Fair Space. Subscribe to Destin. Subscribe to Dritz, and subscribe to Commodore Les.
There we
We
go.
got Icebox here. We got Icebox.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, Ice Fox.
Yeah, man.
Icebox, yeah.
Yo, for real, you
On
right
Twitch.
hand man.
Yeah, catch me on Twitch, yo.
Follow Free on Twitter.
Yeah,
Don't
gang,
follow
gang,
me on
gang.
Twitter. I do not tweet anything about One Piece.
Link in the comments.
Nah, yeah.
This is like thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Man,
thanks.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having us, King.
No, man, no problem.
thanks for the
Anytime,
invite,
man.
Brago.
Because like Brago did the thing. He did like what, 14 hours plus on that shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you gotta top that, man.
At the very minimum, I'll do like I'll do 3 or 4. At the very minimum, I'll do 3 or 4. I actually think I could contribute.
Hey, one day you'll top it.
All right, that's it. So, and for you Twitch guys right now, I'm gonna show you guys something very special because you guys. Well, YouTube guys.
What is
I
that?
can't really say that you guys. No, you guys aren't gonna see it because, in all honesty, wait. In all honesty, wait.
You can't
Wait.
take off the shirt on Twitch. You'll get
Wait.
banned. So I gotta
Wait,
get them-
no. It's
I was doing. I'm about to take my shirt off.
it's
My
a
shirt-
sneak peek for what's to come. It's a sneak peek for what's to come. All right? Because here's the thing. Wait. Here's the thing. So I can't because of some YouTube stuff that's going down right now. I can't really. You guys see the Nami in the corner, right? You guys see Nami in the corner, okay?
Oh.
For you
Right.
Twitch guys, I have a Reiju version available of this, which is very awesome. All right.
Oh shit.
But I have a Reiju version. I know there's other versions in the works, but I can't show them on YouTube because of demonetization stuff and too much skin showing and blah 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 blah. Yeah, word, dude. Yeah, because
That's trash.
Remember when I did the pre-release stream, before part 2? That's all demonetized. They're like, nah, dog, because Robin was too much apparently. All right, I'm not-
Get out of here. Dude.
Yeah,
That's not enough.
And
if you ask me.
they confirmed that manual review. A
Oh, they
manual
confirmed
review
it?
confirmed
That's
that. I was
trash.
like, wow,
That's
really?
trash.
So for the Twitch guys, they're gonna have all the effects, but for YouTube, I'm gonna dial it down to PG-13. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry, G, not even PG-13, just G, because it's they just can't handle on YouTube. So
Oh wow.
that being said, guys and gals, I am done. Be sure to rate the video. You guys and gals know what to do because I know that you all have a device called Zaymausu, and you use Zaymausu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, and of course, click on that bell to join the squad. For the Twitch guys, as always, subscribe. Most definitely, you guys know the drill by now. If you guys are willing to be a tier 3 subscribers, you will join streams. You will join the
Tier
streams.
2 gang.
That's big, man.
That's big.
Yeah.
And tier 2, your comments will be read ahead of anybody else's comments. Guaranteed. So, I'm going to see you guys later.
Live.
Peace, and have a nice goddamn day.
Yeah,
Much
top tier.
appreciated, guys.
Trash.
Bye-bye.
Fuck your shit.
What? because I just said like a few minutes ago, or not like 10 minutes ago, that when Ace did his fire mirror and then Aokiji did his blue pheasant, they both like negated each other. But we do know that from the story, Akainu's heat surpasses that of Ace's fire because Akainu was able to burn Ace. He was able to burn it. He actually burned it. It doesn't make sense to me because I don't see why lava could burn fire. But according to Oda, lava burns fire. So then from that standpoint of temperature, Aokiji loses. If you want to go from top down, the the coldest Aokiji can be loses to the hottest Akainu can be.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know.
Well, I think for Ace,
So,
how I look
wait.
at that is just like how the Awakening, where it's like Awakening is just more of. So with Ace versus Akainu at that point, I don't know if it's like he just lost to the heat. I feel like Akainu at that point just had more of his element than Ace.
Wait, King,
Not
didn't you
going to
say
Oda.
didn't you say that that Aokiji is stronger, but Akainu would win the fight?
Yeah, I said to defeat them. Yeah, I said in a one-on-one fight, Akainu would beat Aokiji in the fight. He
So you
did.
say
He beat him in the
Akainu's
fight.
only winning because of his Devil Fruit.
Right.
I'm saying, because that's what we know of thus
Devil
far.
Fruit matchup.
I can't,
The Devil Fruit
I
matchup.
can't speak for hockey. I can't speak for physical
Okay.
ability. I can't speak of those things. But what I can
Can-
speak for is that when you look at the Devil Fruit matchup, Aokiji loses. Just how NL lost.
Can I give my list?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
So, I got a pencil right here. Again, we can talk about this in more detail because I know folks want me. Because listen, I pissed off a lot of folks on my list. I'm okay with that. That happens. Because
Wasn't the
it wasn't-
list, King?
no, because it wasn't just.
Yo,
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well the main things
What-
things I know folks are talking about. Hold on, before we get to Braga, to Matt's list, the main things folks want me to go over was the Shanks and Kaido thing, the Aokiji
Okay.
and the Kainu thing, no shit the Dragon thing. There's a whole slew of cats that I think Mihawk is top 2.
no,
He's definitely top 5 in the verse. He's top 5.
So
I don't know.
debatable.
There's
I
no
don't
way
know.
Dragon is
That's
top 5.
that's debatable. That's
No
debatable.
way Dragon is number 7 in the verse.
Well, wait. Let me
Well,
get.
I'll get the Dragon too if you want me to.
Thanks,
But yeah.
thanks.
I want Matt
let
to
me-
go through his thing. Oh yeah, Matt, do your thing. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, bro, King. I think you should really consider bringing back the Otaku Battle Dome, but that's a discussion for later.
Ah.
Yeah, I really think so. Like with some of the people that we have now in the community, it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, word.
But all right. So top 30 characters, and I'll give a little brief thing on certain characters as to why I placed them where I placed them. I didn't use really any past characters. I wanted to use current characters in the story, so add context to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, okay. So this should be no surprise. Monkey D. Dragon for number 1.
Wait, you start from 1?
My
Yeah,
nigga.
I'm gonna start from 1.
Come on,
My
man.
nigga.
I'm gonna start from 1 and I'm gonna go down.
All right, Dragon number 1. Okay.
Okay, okay, no,
Let's start
no.
from third.
Nah, never mind.
You gotta
Never mind.
build-
I'll start.
you
Okay,
gotta
I'll start
build
from.
the
I'll
hype.
start.
No, no, I like it that way. because the top 10's usually- the
Okay,
top
I'll
10's
start.
usually pretty
I
good.
thought it was like Dragon
Okay,
30.
okay,
Hold up.
okay. I'll start on 30. I'll
Yeah,
start
bro.
on
No,
30.
no, you
I
good,
thought he
you
said
good.
Monkey D. Luffy at first. I was like, okay, no.
No, no, like,
Okay.
I started
No,
the top
no,
10.
look, I'll start with 30. Yo,
The top 10's like
yo,
super easy. Like,
y'all
not
are
even like
crazy.
you can like start from the top, yeah. I think that's
No.
better.
I'll start from the bottom. I'll build the
You're-
anticipation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got Zoro at number 30.
Okay.
I got a Rouge at 29. I got a Pooh at
Whoa.
28.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
a
on.
Pooh at
Hold on.
28.
Hold on, my nigga. Hold up. How is the
Hey, listen. Wait a second. I just told y'all though. I just told y'all that I have that I'm basing this on current. Okay, so-
A Pooh just flipped on Kid in the middle of Kaido falling
How
now.
about we
yo,
do
wait a
this?
second,
Name
wait a
10
second.
characters and then
Yo,
we'll
wait a
discuss the 10
I'm-
characters.
No.
This'll-
Wait a
this'll
second,
take way too long.
Wait a second, because y'all like now thinking about it, y'all are right. I should move because I got a Pooh and Drake over a Rouge. No. I wasn't thinking. I got a Pooh and Drake over a Rouge, but I'll put a Pooh
should be
at
over
number 29. I'll put a Pooh at number 29, then Drake at number 28, and I'll put a Rouge at 27.
I'm with it.
Fair? Okay, then I got Law, Kid, Luffy, then Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock.
Oh, you had 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Hancock above Smoothie.
Yeah,
so
hold
one,
on.
two,
Hancock's number 22, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, no, listen. Here's
Let's
the
make
order.
sure he got
Here's-
30, man.
Look, I got 30. Here's the order: Zoro, a Rouge, a Pooh, Drake, Law, Kid, Luffy, Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock, Kuma, Dofi.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, wait. You said Zoro then Uroj, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zoro then Uroj. Then after that you
Then
have
Apu.
Apu, right?
Apu,
Then
Drake,
and then we go. Okay, I got you. Okay, good.
Law, Kid, Luffy, Cracker, Smoothie, Hancock, Kuma, Dofi. And just so that we're clear, I'm just reading it directly how I have it. But everybody that's listening, I did just say that I would I would move a Rouge up 2 spots from where I have them, and just keep them
Man,
just as is.
the
But anyway,
Cracker, the Dofi over Cracker. Oh boy.
yeah, I do
I have
have
that too.
Dofi
Yeah,
over Cracker.
I have
Dofi
that
over
too. Yeah,
Cracker.
definitely.
But they're not
Um,
facts.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the thing is, honestly, if I could redo my list, I'd probably do it that way.
Yeah, same
Because I think I factored in too much into one-on-one matchups. Where
And
Dofi
that's
as a fighter,
exactly what I'm saying.
I think he's a lot better than Cracker as a fighter overall.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
overalls. But anyways, okay, so now I got Jack, Sabo, Shiryu, Katakuri, Marco, Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, and then Green Bull.
Whoa.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
You said
wait.
Dofi, Jack. Okay, so number 18 is Jack. Number 17 is Sabo. Number 16 is City of the Ring.
Shiryu, yes.
Then number 15 is who?
Katakuri,
Okay, yeah, okay, Cod. Okay,
Yo, man, I got a question.
yeah.
Did you, is Magellan on this list?
No, I didn't factor Magellan in because he's not in the current story. No, he's not in the current story. But if I did factor in Magellan, he would probably be somewhere around where Shiryu was at.
The Magellan
Because,
guy?
assuming that he has like hockey and stuff like that.
All right, so then after Katakuri, number 14 too.
Marco,
Marco. Number
Rayleigh.
13 too. Oh,
Rayleigh.
Okay, Rayleigh.
That's something I
After-
gotta ask everybody, like after you list have your list, because
Yeah.
do you think old Rayleigh is stronger than current commanders?
Yes, I would say so.
I think
Reggie should be put on
I think he's in the
I would
middle.
say so. I would say where I would put
Oh,
Rayleigh is
man.
like
That's
right
kinda crazy.
like right underneath that right hand commander level, like right in there, probably in the middle. He could probably
You
beat
got-
some of them, but he probably lose to some of them.
You have
Dude,
over
he was
Marco
fighting
and
one-on-one.
Katakuri.
He was fighting 1v1 against admirals, bruh.
Marco did the
against
same
Kizaru.
thing.
Yeah,
No,
Marco
no,
did
no,
the
no,
same
no,
thing.
no, 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 no.
can't
no,
call
no,
what Marco did
no,
the same
no,
thing.
no, you can't call the same thing that Marco did the same thing as what Rayleigh did. Like you can't say that
What's the
that's the
difference?
same thing. The difference was that we didn't see Marco engaged in a long fight against Kizaru.
Wait,
We
how
saw-
long was this fight?
Listen. We saw a clash, and then Marco went and proceeded to do other things throughout Marineford.
Okay.
If that's the case, you can say Luffy fought against the 3 admirals.
Yeah, exactly. You can say Luffy fought against the 3 admirals. Look.
Luffy didn't get a hit in on the admirals.
Okay, and neither did Marco.
At least for a
Wait.
split second, Marcos at
Wait.
least sent Kizaru flying. It was at least equal at that point.
Yes, and you know the difference between
Right.
you know the difference between Luffy hitting an admiral pre-time skip and post-time skip was the fact that he didn't have hockey. That's it.
Wait.
He could. I think Luffy. I think pre-time skip. If Luffy would have had hockey, he would have been able to land a hit on an admiral. I don't think that's saying too much about Luffy. Am
Well,
I saying
hold on,
something
but-
wrong?
I don't
Wait,
think so.
Wait, hold on. But when you look at the Rayleigh,
You don't think Luffy pre-time skip could land one single hit against an admiral?
No.
You know, it's honestly hard to say because the way
Well, no, if he had hockey.
Hold on a second though. Hold
I
on,
don't-
hold on. Wait, going back to the Rayleigh fight though, didn't Kizaru just get a scratch across his cheek because he was
Yeah, he
focusing?
did.
Right, yeah. But hold on a second. Marco was able to actually kick him and fend him off,
And
then
send him-
Kizaru-
send him flying.
He sent them flying, but okay. So
Okay.
Kizaru, no, wait. Kizaru did the little sword, or Rayleigh did the little sword battle thing. Then they were actually engaged in a fight. It wasn't
Like
it
a
was one-on-one
minute.
combat.
Yeah, like a minute.
Well, no, it was one-on-one combat, is what I'm saying. We didn't see that extended from Marco. I'm not saying that Marco couldn't do it.
But what
not
I'm saying is
that
like,
at all.
I'm saying.
All he's saying though is that we have not seen enough from Marco. Like if you think about the exchange between Marco and Kizaru, it was literally one kick and that was it. That was all the
What I'm
exchange
saying
was.
is,
And that's
isn't
it.
that crazy that you have an old Rayleigh who's stronger than current Prime Commanders?
No, but everybody's old in One Piece and still strong. Big Mom old, Katakuri's old. These niggas are old.
Yeah, but they lose
but
power over
wait,
time.
wait,
Hold on, but they lose power over time. Rayleigh's no exception. When you look at what Garp did in the past against Don Chinjao, Garp could shatter a fucking continent back in the day because he was tie with Don Chinjao. But he's not doing that shit now.
Big Mom
wait,
lost power since
another
Because Big Mom is
another reason why I
Big
have
Mom can
Rayleigh.
manipulate life force though. She's mega broken.
They said Marco was
The
crying in pain from
reason-
Kizaru's lasers.
listen,
Marco
listen,
went right through Kizaru's lasers like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He did.
He eats those.
Yo,
All right,
this
wait,
is what I was gonna say. This is what I was gonna say. Another reason why. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want you to actually finish through your list. So you have like number 12 is who?
That's after Rayleigh, right?
Yeah, Rayleigh. Yeah.
Okay, I got Ben Beckman.
Okay, Benny Boy. Number 11.
Okay. Green Bull.
Green Bull. Okay, word. I feel that. Okay, who's next?
Fujitora.
Okay.
I think that's like the popular thing.
Fujitora. Then I would put Kizaru. Then I would put Mihawk. Aokiji. Big Mom.
Okay, all right.
Big Mom.
Yeah.
Then I have Blackbeard.
Ooh.
Okay.
Then I have Akainu. Then I have Kaido. After Akainu is Kaido.
Yeah.
Then I have Shanks.
Yeah, okay.
Then I have Monkey D. Dragon.
All right. So just to go over your list real quick. So you have because we're gonna flip through roles around.
Yeah,
so,
I was writing them down as well. I got like Zoro.
Zoro,
29, right?
Apu. Yeah. So Zoro, Apu,
Zoro, Apu, Drake.
Okay.
Rouge.
Rouge. Yeah, right. Rouge.
Yeah.
Law.
Kid.
Yeah.
Luffy.
Yeah. Luffy. Then Cracker.
Smoothie.
Hancock, Kuma, Dolphy, then Jack after Dolphy, then Sabo, Shiryu, Katakuri, Marco, Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, Green Bull, Fujitora, Kizaru, Mihawk, Aokiji, Big Mom, Blackbeard, Akainu, Kaido, Shanks, Dragon.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing I don't understand, I just thought about with your list. You have Jack above like all the commanders in Big Mom's crew besides Katakuri, and then you have him above like Doflamingo and other people. But I thought you said he was third commander level when we always discussed.
No. I said that Jack would be the third commander in Kaido's crew. I didn't say just because he's third. Like I don't think that there's going to be a such thing as third commander level.
Yeah, but you think it's that much of a gap?
Wait up. Where's is Garbrandt on your list?
No, I didn't have Garb or Sengoku on my list.
And you had Rayleigh?
Yeah, I did have Rayleigh. Just because I feel like we were able to gauge him more than we were able to gauge Garp and Sengoku. Just my personal opinion.
That makes perfect sense.
But let me say this though: if I did have Garp and Sengoku on the list, I would have them somewhere in between, like that supernova, like all those supernovas that I have. I would put them.
Oh wait.
No, I wouldn't.
I think the safe thing is like right after Sabo.
No way.
Yeah, maybe after Sabo.
Yeah.
Maybe
right around right hand command
that would be a little bit better. But the thing is that Luffy is gonna go up on this list obviously after this thing with Katakuri is done. So you gotta factor that in and why I'm saying that. So I'm factoring I'm factoring a little bit of like potential on like the Luffy and the Kid and the Laws and the Drakes, Apus, and Arujas on my list.
Garp was the last line of defense at Marineford.
He was the last line of defense because I mean
he was stronger than niggas.
I think it's because
he wasn't even supposed to be there, right? He wasn't supposed to be there.
No,
Come on, bro. Everybody know Garp.
Well, no. He was supposed to be there.
No, because when he showed up, Sengoku was like, "Oh, Garp, you're gonna be up there?" Like Sengoku was surprised. He was like, "Yo, if I gotta take you down, I will."
Yeah, you guys can put like the list up so we can look at it. I was talking it down.
I don't think I can actually do that. Like from what I'm, because actually, all right, hold on. Because I need to make a whole Excel shit going on. So I'm just.
King said he wasn't gonna do this shit.
Yeah, because I don't do this shit, dude.
Another reason why I had Rayleigh and it's so high in my list is because if y'all remember, he was put in the same breath as like Whitebeard as how fearsome he was. Garp, remember when he was talking about him, he said you want to go against two legends at the same time? That wouldn't be smart. We lose too many.
I mean, but we know Rayleigh's a legend though. Just
Well,
but can't you do the same for Garp too, though?
No, you can't say the same for Garp.
Because he was a
Can't
rival
say the same.
for Roger. What are you talking
Garp is
about?
definitely a legend.
You can't say
Yeah.
the same for Garp. No, I'm not taking anything away, but I would say it like back in the day. I would say that Rayleigh is probably Rayleigh would
Really
be
was stronger than Garp back in the
Yeah,
day.
No way. No.
No, I disagree with that completely. Yeah.
They literally said Roger said he was the only one that put him on near death several times.
he. Well, we don't know the context of that though. That's the thing. We don't know if that was one-on-one battles. We don't know if it was one-on-one battles, and then the.
Well,
the
not
thing
even
is-
that. Like Smoker put Luffy to death on multiple occasions, so like doesn't really
Right.
say much.
But we all expect
No, but
Smoker to
Smokey
get
was
stronger.
strong.
Okay.
Smokey was strong.
Smoker was strong.
Okay, wait
yeah.
a second.
Smoker
Let
was
me
strong.
ask
Not
this
not
question.
that strong, not Garp strong. Like come
Let
on.
me
bro.
let me ask.
Hey,
Let me
he
He was
ask
stronger than Luffy 3 times, Kevin.
another reason why.
Yeah, that's my exact point.
Wait a second. Do y'all think that it was necessary for Garp and Sengoku to fend off Shiki? Do you
I don't.
think? Do you think
They
that
did it in 6
Sengoku?
hours,
Wait,
no.
wait a second. Do you think that Sengoku could have beat Shiki 1v1?
Yes,
I don't know about.
You
I think
think
I think Garp could have.
I think both could have.
Okay,
Yeah, wait,
wait.
why is Shiggy relevant though? Shiggy, like, I mean,
well,
They
because,
ended
it
6
kinda-
hours.
because out of the people from this era, Rayleigh, you would group him with someone like Shiki, I would say.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shiki, Roger level. Ain't Shiki Roger level?
Yeah.
Shiki,
Do
Roger.
you think Rayleigh was as strong as Goldie Roger?
No,
Oh no.
no.
Right. So, why
So just to clarify what I was saying earlier.
Okay, but listen, when the end of One Piece comes, right? When the end of One Piece
Zora's
comes,
not going to be stronger than Law and Kid.
No. You how can you say?
I don't know about that.
How can you say that if Zoro's gonna be the one that takes down Mihawk?
Yeah, I
And
don't
we
know
got
about that.
Mihawk so high up in the listen.
We don't have Mihawk over any Yonko.
No, I agree with you on that part, man. I agree with you on that part.
We don't have Mihawk over any Yonko, right? But he's gonna be like what is gonna be the real difference between an admiral and a Yonko at that point in time, especially given the fact that most likely admirals could possibly defeat some Yonko.
Oh, that's rough, but I don't know.
You don't think? Okay, Akainu. Let's take
I don't
Akainu
think
for
so.
an example.
No.
Let's
I
take
think Akainu's the only one, but-
Akainu can probably defeat a Yonko. I would say Fujitora, maybe Fujitora.
I would say Akainu and Aokiji.
I don't think Fujitora could.
So
I don't think
I-
any of them
I
could. I don't think any of them
power.
can. I really don't. I
No,
don't see
somebody
how.
has to be able to be one of them. Or
I mean, yeah, it can't.
I agree
It
with
can't just be the Yonko or a landslide above the admirals. Like
That's
Yeah,
why
they're
they're
not.
untouchable, bro.
Yeah, because here's things like the whole point here is that the Yonko, they dominate the most dangerous part of their world. The
Yeah.
Grand Line is paradise compared to what the Yonko actually run. And the fact of the matter is that we haven't got any Marines encroach on their territory. Akainu just put the Marine Corps into the New World. I like the very, very tip of the New World when they were close to like the to the Holy Land. But the Yonko store that territory for a reason.
Okay, but the thing is, so listen. Before the Marine headquarters weren't even in the New World. They just got moved to the New World, and maybe we don't know how that's going to impact anything. How the New World is run, or how the New World, or we don't know how much of an impact the Marines could have already had on the world of One Piece had they moved in the headquarters to the New World way sooner than what they had. The only reason why they did so was because of Akainu's sense of justice. So, with that being said, we don't know how. I'm not saying that the Yonko system is going to be like taken down or anything because of the Marines moving their headquarters. What I am saying is that to say that they just rule this part of the sea, ungoverned.
I sent you the spreadsheet, Cole, if you want to check your Twitter.
Which is pretty much what it was.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
ungoverned. Now they're able to be checked a little bit more. I guess you could say that because
Yo,
Marines
Matt.
are more prevalent. What's up?
Did you have Rayleigh above or below Katakuri? I forget.
Above.
Yeah, I'm above. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because if you had him like below, then I was gonna question like some people have them like below first commanders. I agree with you that
Oh,
I
really?
have like
Oh, sure.
those people above first commanders, like kind of like the gap in between like admirals and then like first commander. That's why I
Yeah,
have like the
I
whole
have
man
him-
trio.
Yeah, I have them in like that middle ground.
Yeah, for me
Wait,
like
can you name your? Can you,
I'm one of
oh,
the people
sorry.
who yeah, it's fine. I'll
Oh,
finish
hold
up.
on,
soon.
hold on, Brago, I can't edit this shit. Fuck that. Let me edit.
You can't edit? All right, let me change this.
Actually, no, wait. I think
Yes,
you
you
can
can.
download it. No, I think you need because it's edit in browser.
So that's the view only. I can send you the edit link.
Yeah. Send me the other link
And
so I
then
can
you-
edit
then
it
you
too.
can see
Yeah,
it.
'cause then I'll just.
But yeah, anyway, I was gonna say, like, if Luffy beats Katakuri, then I'm not gonna. I don't think that after beating Katakuri, he would already be stronger than Rayleigh.
I mean, I don't know. It's
I don't know. I feel like this could be symbolic. And
Like,
I
the thing
think
is,
I
it's
don't
like
know. Do you believe that?
going
yeah,
into.
we've-
It
Because
depends
it's
what his power up is and how his hockey moves.
yeah.
Because
He's
here's
like,
the
we're
thing.
still learning things that Rayleigh taught him. I don't know.
I feel like he's
for
already.
me, I just put him higher.
I
Oh,
feel like he's already learned everything really could teach him.
I just realized that I forgot Jinbei. Damn.
Jinbei's not top 30.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I think he's definitely stronger than Apu.
Well, not anymore after he lost his arm.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. No,
Free, you gotta stop that nonsense.
Dude,
Get out of here.
I think Jinbei's definitely
Yeah,
top
man.
30.
It won't let me edit it. I don't know why. Fuck them all.
But
Did you not scale
last
Weevil
chapter
at all,
trying to make
Matt?
him top 30.
Wait, let me send you guys the.
Yo, Matt, did you not scale Weevil at all in your list?
No, well,
We
I
were
did.
so
I
hard.
did.
No,
I mean,
I
okay,
didn't-
well,
I didn't scale
hold
Weevil.
on.
I
Well,
didn't
for
scale
me,
Weevil because we wouldn't know.
well, for
This
me,
is-
yeah,
this
because
is-
I Weevil my honorable mentions because I don't have them in my actual list. And actually, I do on points out too. For the people that are mentioning Greenbow, the reason why Greenbow's on the list, but we know nothing about Greenbow essentially, is because he has a rank, and the rank is
Yeah, he's an admin.
Yeah, he's pretty easily
Yeah.
scalable.
Exactly.
He's an
There are
admin.
certain ranks that are very malleable, and there are other ranks that you can't really say are
Yeah, like
very
super
malleable.
or
Right,
or
exactly.
warlord.
Exactly.
Warlords,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no such thing as warlord level, and I've been saying this for years because like the scale of warlords is so vast. You got somebody
Oh,
as
no.
strong as Mihawk, and then you have somebody as weak as Buggy.
The way I skilled
Yeah.
Weevil was that I thought, at least my perception going forward, is that I think Weevil's going to fight Marco. So I have him basically like right below Marco, because I don't think Marco would lose to him.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, right, is so let's take somebody like Dofi for an example. Dofi could probably fight against Marco. He would probably inevitably lose as well. So where
Yeah.
would you put him in terms of him and Weevil? Would you say that Weevil was stronger than Dofi, or would you say Dofi?
On my list, I had him above Dofi. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I got the list on Braga. I just downloaded the list, dude, and I'm gonna show
Okay.
you my max up. Cool. Yeah, let me do that shit.
Yeah, I think the warlord level. I think that was kind of early in the story. It kind of seemed like Oda was hinting towards like if you're a warlord, you're of a particular
Level.
prestige or a level.
Yeah.
You know, like they always said, oh, he took down a Shichibukai, like and it was always kind of hyped up. So I think people kind of ran with that. It was like, okay, they're warlord level. I think even Crocodile said something to that effect. I can't remember exactly, but
One of the interesting things that I did see though in King's and Matt's list is that like if you go through them, like I can't remember both of them exactly, but they're heavily like tiered. So like you have like the supernovas all in one chunk.
yeah,
Then you have like the right commanders and the commanders and the warlords in like one chunk. And then you have like the admirals, and then you have the Yonko and Dragon.
You know what's crazy?
I think most
you
lists
know,
are like that.
You know
Yeah,
what's
the lists are
crazy
pretty
is
similar, to
that
be honest.
It's crazy.
No, but-
It's crazy that there's no vice admirals in there because there definitely should be.
Well, their portrayal's kind of shit. So, I mean,
yeah, they haven't been really.
Yeah,
oh, what, you got like Momonga in there or something?
You have a few vice admirals that we're still holding out hope for, but for the most part,
Yeah, we
I've
No.
given vice admirals.
Yeah,
I got hope.
I've given up.
shout out to Braga, the new vice admiral though.
I've given up.
yeah,
on-
right?
On vice admirals because at this point, it's just pointless to introduce a strong vice admiral.
I don't think
I don't
it's pointless.
know. I
He
feel
could have
like
been
it's still
introduced
good.
in the draft.
Nah.
You still could, but I feel like that would just prolong the story, which is Oda's style anyway. So yeah, expect a strong vice admiral.
Nah, but like I could definitely see one like say Greenbull goes to Wano or something, and like he brings in like some like dude with him that's like a really strong vice admiral. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I could definitely
honestly, we see Kobe again. He's a vice admiral,
do that.
Yeah, Kobe probably has the
and
best.
Smoker is going to be stronger when we see him again.
Yeah, Smoker too.
And I don't think he ever leaves that rank. So
Can't read it.
because I'm trying to.
I see you
Big-
trying to
like
put
make-
the
like make it
list
big
on
enough.
screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
make it big enough. But okay, let me just do some stuff.
Oh.
I'm trying to make it big enough. Well, I'm not. Yeah, and by the way,
we got part of that shit.
yeah, yeah. My shit is not no, fuck that, no,
Wait,
no.
what?
My shit has the rib up for a goddamn reason. No,
I just want to say Dragon is not number 7 in the verse.
no, I think
Dragon's number
I think-
one.
no,
Dragon's,
no.
Yeah.
Dragon's number one.
no.
I had
He's at
Dragon.
least top 5. He's at least top 5 in the verse.
He's top
Yeah,
10, yes, but I'm not
I
gonna.
give him respect that he's Luffy's dad, man.
Dragon is
Listen.
at least top 3.
Luffy's dad, Garp's son. Come on.
Do you see how everybody
okay,
reacts when you mention his name?
So, I mean, do you see how everybody reacts
I mean,
when you
you really
mention
gotta,
Big
you gotta
Mom's
think
name?
about it this way.
When
You
you
gotta think.
when
I
you mention
agree.
Kaido's
Top
name,
five-
when you
top
mention
five- they're
Shank's
top five in
name,
the verse.
when you
They're
mention
top five in the
Akainu's
verse.
name or Aokishi's name,
I agree.
niggas were shitting themselves on the Aokishi. Whoa, oh shit.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, like you can
Oh,
say
that
like
makes
7
sense.
is a bad number, but like the only people he really has above him are the Yonko and 2 the strongest admiral. So it's
That's
like
what I'm-
it's not like
exactly. That's what I'm
crazy.
saying,
but
yeah. All right, so you guys, I'm listening, man. When it comes to the chart, I'm just gonna put it like this because I don't know where else to fucking put it where you guys can see the actual list.
Oh, that's
honestly.
fine. That's fine. How you
That's
have
fine,
it now.
yeah. But like we're blocking the little stream thing, but whatever. And yes, the red bar staying there because listen, man, my Windows, my Microsoft Word and Excel, and they're old school. And if they're you're supposed to upgrade, but I don't do that, and that creates some legal stuff. But I'm like, fuck that shit. Like we okay, we good.
They can see it. It's fine.
Okay, fine. So I'll just do this. Boom. There we go. Friendly. Now, here's the thing. So the thing about Dragon, because I know we talked about Aokiji a lot, and I saw a piece on that one. I think it makes perfect sense to me. Because again, this is not a power matchup. This is not a DBZ fucking list. This is a One Piece list. And you have to be malleable when it comes to the characters. Otherwise, Garp has piss low endurance because he got bloodied by Gear 2 Luffy. So I don't see how that.
Power scaling is worse than Dragon Ball's power
No,
scaling
it's
is so
much it's much better because it's far more valuable. It's like Hunter x Hunter. They're expanding. Dragon Ball's way too linear. It's like Bleach. They're too linear from power scaling standpoint. All right, they're way too linear because you know who's stronger than who simply by looking at who has the more reishi and then their base abilities. And that's it. That's what we really need. Their abilities are different, but their reishi is what the defining factor is for their overall combat. I.e., Kenpachi and Ichigo. Oh, I can't cut him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was like,
it's very simple there.
Ichigo is kind of the exception there.
Exactly. Yeah. So so when it comes to Dragon, when I saw my video, I'm gonna stand by because my problem here is that with Dragon, there's 3 things that make him high on the list. But when it comes to actually him being top 5, I'm not gonna grant him that at all. The first thing is the bounty. The second thing is the prestige, and the third thing is plot. And those are the 3 things that makes Dragon's bounty high. We know that he's going to have a big role in the story. That's from a plot standpoint, a massive role when it comes to the world government, when it comes to like uncovering that kind of stuff, his history, potentially like Luffy's mom kind of stuff as well. So that's going to be unfolded. When it comes to prestige, he's the son of a very famous Marine, Garp. He's the father of a very infamous pirate, Monkey D. Luffy. He's a D himself. And then finally, when it comes to bounty, he is the most wanted or the most notorious, whatever the transition is of that exactly, the most wanted man in the world. But the problem is, that alone puts him in the top 10, but I can't say that puts him in the top 5. Because plot and plot being the foundation of that is not sufficient enough to make him top 5, let alone the strongest character in the verse. And when it comes to and then when it comes to bounty, we know the bounty system is massively flawed from a power scaling standpoint. I.e.,
oh god,
well, it's true.
Your fist every time you say
No, it's true. No. I.e., Baron Tamago. Baron Tamago has a higher bounty than Roronoa Zoro. Who are you betting on in a one-on-one fight between Baron Tamago and Zoro? Like seriously.
Well,
of course it's relevant.
Let's put
It's a bounty system.
No. Wait a second. Let's put
Tamago is kind of Tamago ain't trash.
Let's put things.
He ain't
in
trash, but
context.
is he
Let's
beating
put
Zoro in a
things-
fight?
No, listen.
You don't even know if
let's put
Tamago
things-
can be
let's-
killed.
Let's put things in the context real quick. Zoro hasn't had nearly as much time as Baron Tamago has had on the seas. Zoro's bounty is going to keep rising. Baron Tamago's is probably at a standstill and probably has been for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
okay,
you think
that's
about
fine.
this role on Big Mom's crew? Like, I'm not.
I mean,
And also,
well,
Pearl
yeah,
Sparrow
there are
got a
reasons for that.
Like, do you think you could just attack me with my bounty? You know, so he had to be on a similar level in order for him to beat him.
No. Well, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like I say in that video, in a one-on-one fight between Aokiji and Akainu, Aokiji loses. But for the strongest characters in the verse, that doesn't matter because
How?
Because it's not Dragon Ball. Because we have too many scopes of abilities. It's Hunter x Hunter, where given one case, one character. Granted, not to the same extent, obviously, because I know folks are gonna get tilted on that one. But yeah, obviously,
they're about to kill you, bro.
no doubt.
Say, what?
No doubt.
Compare Crollo and his sucker. Come on, bro.
No doubt, exactly, yeah. But the thing about it is that you have literally a power which supersedes another power from an element standpoint. Because Aokiji's ice and Ace's fire, they kind of tied off. When Ace did the flame mirror and Aokiji did the blue pheasant attack, they kind of evaporated each other. Like if you recall that during the Marineford War,
Right.
Ace kind of countered his pheasant. So then what happened was Oda revealed that Akainu can actually burn Ace's fire. Now, how that makes any sense to me? Well, it doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't make sense how the lava can burn Ace's fire. But in the world of One Piece, lava, not only from a heat standpoint, is superior than fire. All right, fine. That means that Aokiji, who can tie off with Ace, is now at a disadvantage because the magma of Akainu, from a temperature standpoint, beats that of fire. Now, granted, Aokiji's ice is very cold, but he has a disadvantage when it comes to facing off against Akainu. But even still, they fought for 10 days straight. They were able to change the weather. From a geological standpoint, they tied. And yes, even though he beats him, that doesn't change the fact that if it was any other character, he'd have a better chance against that character than, let's say, Akainu. Because
Wait, I'm
his
confused,
overall combat ability is superior.
Are you trying to? But